go that one. Hey everyone, and welcome to Tabletop Obscura. Session 26 for Agents of Edgewatch.
Woo!
Hey!
Yeah, no, we've been... Fuck. What? It's been a little bit over 6 months now?
That
Totally.
sounds about right.
God, so how has everyone's week been?
Not too bad. I dug a trench.
You
Well,
you dug a
to be-
trench?
To be fair, I observed other people digging
Digging a trench.
largely.
And then when they were finished, you got out your shotgun
yeah,
and you said, dig a little deeper.
yeah. How did
Nothing
And then your little brother
suspicious
started,
whatsoever.
and then your little brother started crying in the bottom of the hole. No, just me. All right, cool.
Yeah, no, we had different weeks actually.
Oh, okay.
Wow, that went dark. So,
My week's been great. Sam came up from Sydney. We've booked a hotel in the middle of Brisbane for the weekend.
aw,
We rode some scooters. We played some games. One of our other friends came over. It's been good.
how is the valley going?
How is the valley?
Fortitude Valley.
We are right next to Roma Street Station. So
Oh wow,
In
so
the
it's
middle of
inner
Brisbane.
city.
yeah. I booked the. Are we at the Meriton or the Marriott? One or the other.
Meriton.
Meriton.
Oh wow, that is fancy.
Mm. Not that fancy. We've got 2 rooms and aircon and good Wi-Fi. Or good enough Wi-Fi. And it's central. Good enough.
I mean, it's better than Formula One.
That's
Formula
true.
One.
Yep, F1 hotels.
Oh, okay.
Like Ibis.
Only worse.
How was your week, Nick?
I feel like I've dug a trench and then a large orange man stood over me with a shotgun, told me to dig deeper.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes you're the shovel, and sometimes you're the trench.
Shovel-y? Yeah.
Shotgun.
The shotgun? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there we go. Yep.
Wow.
Some things are above your pay grade, some things aren't.
Oh, let's not start that now.
Good work.
Alright, so where we left off, we were coming back from talking to the Star. I want to say Stargate, but it's not. Please tell me.
Watch.
Star Watch guy.
Lorenzo Oboe shoes.
Yes,
Oboe
that's the one.
shoes.
Which is a fun name.
Hey Matt, do you want to sling me another character sheet? Whenever you feel like it. We should have done this earlier.
Another character sheet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. For reasons.
For chorus. I don't think there's any reasons that need to be undisclosed. Yeah, for chorus.
Yeah, of course. Do
You know what?
Totally
Why
not
don't we
for Rose's soon-to-be
Fourth,
non-Malcolm
third.
character.
You know what? Why don't we do that later?
oh, it's already done.
Okay. I'll see if I can get a token up there. Yeah, alright, cool. And that's all I'll do this session.
Just do the token, that's it.
Success.
Alright,
Well-
so yeah, I actually don't know where we were or where we left off. Did we go to sleep?
Well, yes, for the most part. After retrieving a rather ominous statue from stolen. I think it depends on your perspective on the situation.
Acquired.
Acquired a rather talkative statue, we'll put it that way, that may or may not belong to a god of murder.
Yes.
The decision was made to pass it on to Starwatch, because apparently Starwatch has the better facilities and better capabilities to handle this kind of thing. So, sure enough, they handed it off, and well, before they did that, they performed a ritual. A very fun ritual
Yes.
to bring a soulbound doll to life.
Yeah. Sam, I just put fantasy doll into Google image search. Please don't walk out of that room. I'm gonna have to burn my browser. It looks really suspicious. So please just stay in there.
That's okay.
Alright.
I'm sure your
Yeah,
FBI agent is fine with it.
Yeah, so even with the mishap with the interaction between the soulbound crystal and the artifact, shall we call it?
Artifact
causing
works?
a slight mishap within the ritual. We added a new member named Chorus to the party, who may or may not be completely batshit insane via magical schizophrenia.
Well, not insane, and it's not schizophrenia. It's just, at least a half dozen souls have kind of been mashed in there.
So would you say that it has multiple personalities?
Like a babushka, except necromancy.
And talking. Yeah, it's like a nested
anyway.
doll. It just has layers.
Ogres. All right, let's go. So, we were just coming back from we hadn't actually gotten back to the precinct yet, right? We were just walking back from
You were
meeting with Starwatch, or did we actually get back to the precinct? I don't know.
you were on your way back because you
Okay.
were gonna settle in for the night, but you were like, no, we should probably do the Star Wars thing now.
Yes,
Ish.
mostly because we just didn't realize how long the ritual was going to take.
8 hours.
Yes,
They take a while,
They do take a while.
but some of them can take multiple days. So you lucked out in that part. But heading back to the precinct, I mean, by this time Olo is well in bed
Yes, absolutely.
because it
Have
would
to,
be
like,
wee
Creep
hours.
in and make sure we don't wake him. Otherwise he'll yell at us. What are you doing at home at late this night of hour? Night of hour, yeah.
Night of hour.
Sounds good.
Well, you have the keys to the precinct anyway, so you can get in pretty easily.
Yep.
Because although things might settle down in the precinct, the work of the Edgewatch never ends.
No, never.
But getting back to the barracks, the overnight crew has already gone out for their evening patrols. And that kind of leaves you by yourselves. Is there
Cool.
anything you want to talk or discuss before heading to bed, or?
I don't think so.
Not
I think-
particularly.
Where are
would
we
be quite
keeping the
tired.
doll?
Yeah, good question.
Sorry, could you say that again?
Where are we keeping the doll?
Chorus is going to stay next to my bed all night.
Okay.
Is that an issue?
Oh, no, so long as it stays there.
Okay, cool. Wonderful. I'm glad. Yeah. He's a cool guy. I'm just gonna go ahead and upload the token real quick.
Oh god.
Let's
Gonna be
let's
bad,
see.
isn't it? Gonna be
No.
bad?
It's gonna be great. If it actually uploads.
I'm
Which
not
it may not.
terrified, you're terrified.
Just go on without me. It may not work. All right.
Okay, we'll see how it goes.
I'm just gonna settle down beside the bed, and as long as that's okay, hopefully that'll be fine.
So you just gotta kind of pull Chorus out of the bag and just put it on the
He's been on my
bedside table?
shoulder the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
I'm
kind of
gonna
been
take
looking
him
at
off my
things.
shoulder. Yeah, as long as he doesn't look like he's going to, or yeah, I'm just gonna call him a he. Sorry. As long as he doesn't look like he's gonna, wander off.
Well,
then, I'll just set him right there.
it's not like anyone's giving him a dagger or anything, so you should be fine.
Can you somehow see the token?
I could probably have a look.
Okay, hang on. I don't think it worked the upload. It's just funny that you should say that. Anyway, yeah, he's next to mine.
No, I can't see the token. Oh wait, it's loading. Oh wow, really?
Yes, he's gorgeous.
I mean, I love it.
He's so gorgeous.
What's the
No.
shortcast to blow it up?
Shift
Why?
Z.
Shift V?
Z.
Z.
Bed.
What have you done?
Oh, he's adorable. He's got a little chin.
A
Yeah.
little
All
like
right, working
crocheted.
Working title.
Yeah.
We'll just
Alright.
have to give him a lantern now. What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, and then I'm probably just gonna drop off the bed as long as everybody else is doing it.
Hmm.
Halcyon, are you going to be heading back to your hideout tonight, or are you going to stay with us tonight?
I'll likely be heading back.
Okay, fair enough. Be safe, yes?
Always.
Wonderful. I'm going to occupies the end table for a little while and do some report writing before I turn in for the night. So if the light is puzzling you, Detective or Quintus, just let me know, yes, and I'll dim it.
Thank you. That's very kind.
And unless everybody has anything to tell me, I'm gonna kind of settle Chorus on next to my bunk. Lenore can do whatever she wants, and I'm gonna go head over, pull out some paper, and kind of start writing a recount of the day's events.
Yeah, fair enough. Of course, we'll happily just kind of sit there and, stare at everything.
Hmm.
Because it doesn't blink.
Oh no, no, it doesn't have eyes. It doesn't have eyelashes or eyelids. No, of course it doesn't blink. It's
Oh
always
no,
watching.
it does. But
Oh.
they're like those old classic dolls.
Oh, okay. So
Oh, you like lay it down and it closes its eyes?
Yeah.
All right, I'll have to do a custom one then. We'll have to talk about what it looks like.
We will.
Okay. Yeah, and I'll just kind of write a recount of everything that's happened today and include, to the best of my knowledge, what went on in the vault when I was absent. Kind of what I've surmised, which is probably that somehow someone stole some lockboxes. No
Yeah.
idea who. Could be anyone, honestly.
Yeah, no, anyone could have done that.
Yeah, we interfaced with some kind of evil statue that seems to be of deific descent.
And I should say,
Probably Norgamer.
go
say, ahead.
last week I was making intentionally known that it wasn't evil. I rechecked my notes for it. It is in fact evil.
Okay.
Or it detects as evil.
You
Got it.
think?
Okay. Yeah, that was probably a gimme. Anyway, so I'll include that. I'll include a couple kind of sparse, vague notes about the whole doll situation. More to follow, basically, kind of at the end of it.
Yeah.
And kind of write that we're planning to interrogate a prisoner tomorrow morning, and that if Lighthouse should have any leads that it thinks might be relevant to us, we're unless this interrogation kind of yields anything, we might be at a dead end. So if Lighthouse has anything to send back my way, that'd be much appreciated. And then with that done, I'll make a copy for Orlo with basically the same stuff. I don't think I need to change anything.
No, not really.
And then I'll send one of them off to Lenore.
Oh, well, that's
She'll wing her way off into the night.
Well, does anyone else have anything to do for the evening, or just gonna kind of crash out?
Yeah, it's been a big day. Crash out, I think.
Yeah, crash.
All right. Well, what's left of the night continues, and the day starts to dawn. And we'll start with you, Elias.
Me,
Yes.
Elias.
The best boy.
Why am I
You're-
getting stalked?
I'm just like,
I got stalked.
Oh god. So, Elias, he's kind of a dawn riser, isn't he?
Correct. As you kind of need to get up early so you can treat patients. Because you need to do stuff. Like change buckets and administer medication.
All that fun stuff. Well, it's as you're in the middle of getting dressed and ready for the morning's work when you're interrupted by one of the nurses. Doctor.
Knock, please, first. Jeez.
Sorry, sir. It's an emergency.
Right. Let me put a shirt on, please. Finished getting dressed. Jeez. And move downstairs.
Well, moving downstairs, the nurse ushers you into one of the examination rooms where a gentleman of well, he looks like a worker, is standing beside a bed with a man who seems to be in something of a catatonic state.
Interesting. Alright, what has occurred here?
We got jumped last night on our way home.
You got jumped.
Yeah.
Could you elaborate further as to where you were? Your assailants?
We were in the docks. They were like wearing like blacks and browns. So they looked like they knew what they were doing.
Are the blacks and browns, does that sound like something that the skin saw cult would be
Uh,
wearing?
not really. It sounds just kind of like generic thieves' attire.
Does it sound like anything that Crowbar's mates would wear?
It's possible, but Crowbar has a lot of friends.
Righto. Okay. You assailed. What were they using? What has happened to your friend here?
I mean, the hell is a knife point, but unfortunately for them, we were sobering up, so we kind of gave as much as they took, and well, John here, he got stabbed.
By standard knife? Did you get a good look at the knife?
It just looked like a dagger. Nothing
Right.
fancy or anything, just it wasn't much of a stab anyway. He kind of gestures to the shoulder wound that he has.
Right. I
But-
shall inspect the wound.
Give me a medicine check.
Medicini. Wham. It'll come through eventually.
Eventually.
I'll likely be using my medicine tools. So that's a +1 to that as well. So that's a
30.
30.
Well, it does look like a pretty standard knife wound. Look, the most this would have needed would have been stitches. But considering where it is, look, it's on the outside of the shoulder. He'd probably need it bandaged for a little while, but it would heal up. There does seem to be some sort of puckering around the edges of the wound, though, that are striking you as unusual. Also, while examining him, you are noticing a slight black froth around his mouth.
Is the black froth symptomatic, or rather a sign of any diseases that I'm familiar with that are currently circulating?
With the 30, not that you're aware of.
Oh my god.
Interesting.
Yeah, no, they kind of ran off when they found we were an easy mark, and then everything was fine, and we were on our way back, and Johnny just started going ballistic.
In what way? Could you please elaborate on ballistic?
He kind of points to the shiner on one of his eyes. But I eventually had to hold him down and called for guards, but no one was really coming, and then he started to just kind of shake and spasm, I think the word is. And he just kind of collapsed, and he once again just kind of gestures. He's not responding at all.
Right. So whatever disease or poison that might have been inflicted upon your friend here has instilled him with a bout of berserker rage, followed by convulsions, and now a catatonic state.
Well, there's a lot of big words in there, but
All right, we'll need to monitor him for now. Roughly where in the docks were you located?
oh, we're on our way. There's a bar that opened up on the pier, on the Aspis pier. We're on our way
Right.
to one of the flop houses nearby. Just crash out for the night and then, get up in the morning, go to work. Oh, speaking of, I'm probably late for work. Do I pay you or do I pay the desk?
You'll pay the desk when required. They'll record your contact details and we'll get in touch.
Thank you for your help, Doctor, but I do have to get going.
Of course. I'll pass on the details to the authorities so that they can look into this further, so that I can help establish what is incorrect with your friend here, so that we can get him cured faster.
Okay. He kind of pats his friend on the shoulder and then promptly leaves.
Right. As part, I'm going to get some daily preparations done.
Yep.
As part of that, I am going to makes a
Antitoxin?
yes. Let me just go find my alchemical items because I no longer have access to my home computer.
Oh, God.
Elixirs.
I think it'll give him a +1 or +2 depending on what grade it is. Or +1 to his fortitude saves versus poison.
Now, the question is, from my check, would I think that it's more of a poison or a disease?
Probably more of a poison, considering some of the after effects. Particularly the black froth strikes you as interesting.
Okay. So yes, I shall make from one batch some antidote and administer one of those to him.
Okay.
And leave the other one with the nurse so that they can
administer it to him again in 6 hours, or please call me.
So that he has better chances of recovering. Moderate is a 6 item. For ages. So yes.
All right.
And then I'll write down the rest of the stuff that I'm making.
Okay.
So that's one batch of 6. Fantastic.
All right.
Easy. Actually, I'll also make a batch of
stuff.
Lesser. What's my jiggies? Very descriptive.
Yep. No, that's
elixirs of life. Minor elixirs of life.
Fair enough. Okay.
Leave a pair of those with them there as well.
Oh, right.
In case anything starts to
manifest or go wrong,
exacerbate, help and utilize one to help clear the wound and increase its natural healing.
Yep. Oh, good. Anything else?
Not that I can currently think of.
Alrighty. Well, back at the precinct. Well, morning will arrive with a vengeance. Probably not enough sleep for most people. And some fine snoring. So, people waking up with the dawn, or?
Yeah, I think so. Quintus would.
Well, you're gonna be a little bit tired, but nothing too bad. You're feeling, for the most part, rested, just probably a little bit strained. If that makes sense.
Fine.
Yeah.
I think Quintus normally wakes up pretty keen as long as he can smell something being cooked within a couple of blocks radius. That's normally the enticement out of bed that he needs.
Yeah, just kind of get the scent trait.
Yep.
Quintus, as you're waking up, if you kind of turn onto your nightstand, there's a couple sheafs of paper, and in quite messy scrawl over the top of it is 2 Orlo.
Right, and this would be your report that you had finished
as my writing. Yeah,
yep.
Absolutely.
Yep. I will pick it up and I will glance over to you, probably half sprawled, sleeping sideways in your
your massive pile of drool coming out of my mouth. Yeah, just disgusting, frankly. Just awful.
And inky fingers.
Yeah.
All that fun stuff.
Yeah. Just gently place your blanket back over you. You've clearly kicked off.
Thank you.
And then I will head out and see if I can find the chipper Orlo upon his morning inspections.
Well, he will be very chipper. Oh, hello, Quintus. What can I do for you?
I think this was for you from Rose.
More reports. Oh, that's so big I can do after breakfast.
Is up burning the midnight oil as usual.
It comes with the job.
Yes, indeed. We hope we didn't wake you upon our return.
Oh no, nothing like that. Even if you did, don't worry about it. You're doing your duties, you're doing your duties.
That's it, as always.
And I know with your current investigations, you have a little bit more leeway with your hours as well. So there's that as well. So Don't worry about it.
Yes, they have been somewhat taxing.
Well, it is an unfortunate thing that the criminal element has a tendency to operate most at night.
Indeed. Indeed. If they could just schedule their stuff during midday hours, it would be nice. If you could maybe send a memo or something.
Yeah, we'll just send out a message to all the criminal gangs and be like, could you please perform all your criminal activities between 9 to 5? We'd really appreciate it.
Thank you, Holo. That would be lovely. So, what's for breakfast?
Ooh, not quite sure yet. I haven't really thought about it, to be honest. I know we got some prisoners that need to be looking to. Some of your late arrivals from yesterday.
Yes. Yes, watch that. I can't remember his name. Bill can't remember his name. Kanan? Keen? Something. The partner, the disgruntled partner.
Colo Harvin. Pardon?
Yeah, watch that one.
Oh, I don't think he's going to be going anywhere. He doesn't seem very much like the thieving type.
No, he just seems shifty.
Shifty? Probably rich. He's been trying to bribe me all night.
Ah, well, there you go. I'm glad to see that they didn't find your mark then.
Oh, no. We're not the token guard around here. No offense to your previous positioning, Quintus, but as I understand it, you came here for a reason.
With with that, I give the knowing tap on the nose, and head out onto the street looking for some local street food.
Well, there will be some people. There will be a street cart offering some authentic pastries from Galt.
Pastries? Oh, yeah, Quintus is so keen.
I want to say Danish, but the Danes don't really exist in Galarian.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So a Galtish?
I would like a half-dozen assortment of your finest pastries, please.
And he gets that out and ready for you.
Brilliant.
Some have a little bit of fruit to them. Some of them have some ham and cheese.
Oh, that's exciting.
You're a little bit concerned about the ham, but it's fine. Don't worry about it.
I'm going to take my bounty back into the precinct and
start handing him out.
Yeah, see if I can find. Did Marta stay here last night?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe see if the detective and Rose are ready to stir yet at the enticement of, or at the offering of baked goods.
Well, Marta, do you awake to the smell of pastries? Fine morning pastries. I think you're still
clearly
muted.
Not.
The detective is, I guess, still asleep or muted.
Or both.
Hey, what up?
Do you awake to the smell of pastries as well as Quintus brings them into the barracks?
Yes.
Well, Mara, you had a reasonably fine night. It was one of those ones where you barely dreamed. Close your eyes, open them again to the smells.
It was great. So a few nightmares.
Tenebrae just kind of sitting and watching as he always does as you awake.
Oh, good. Oh, sweet pastries.
I offer the open box for you to take one.
Sure.
And then
Thanks.
I confusedly sort of look to you for confirmation, but go to offer one to Tenebrae and
He'll inspect them, but ultimately reject.
of course.
Politely, of course.
As he is wont to do.
On the other hand, try to stuff one in my cheeks.
Well, they are really good.
Oh, yeah.
Fresh for the morning. Haven't had a chance to go stale yet.
I will sort of open or hold the open box next to Rose and waft it towards him. Rose.
I'm awake! I'm awake! I'm awake!
Time for food.
Oh, God, Quintus, I could kiss you. In fact, I stand up on my bed and I plan to smack on your forehead.
Aww.
Bless you. Bless you, my good man. Bless you.
We've got a busy day. We can't be starting hungry now.
We
Then
do?
Embrace swears slightly under his breath and slides me a gold piece.
Oh, man. The implications. I love it.
But yeah, no, the morning is yours.
I'll collapse him. Yes.
You have
Wonderful.
You have prisoners to interrogate.
We do have prisoners to interrogate.
Oh god, Daleks.
You were a little bit of a Dalek. Yeah, it's okay, though. All right, what do you guys want to do? Breakfast. Do we have any prep to do? Is there anything we need to visit?
We have some prisoners that we might want to interrogate. I don't know.
Yeah. So going over some stuff. I have a diary in my inventory
Yep.
under one of these things.
that
A
like
diary
the other-
with the initials AN.
Yep.
Just a quick flip through.
AN. I don't think anything really comes up as yet. Flipping through it though, the Copperhand name does come up,
Okay.
as in some of because if it's the diary I'm thinking of, some of the previous associates.
I think it might be the diary from the desk of Pratchett.
I think it might have been his second in command, whose name escapes me right now.
Was it literally just Olo? The lady who was replaced by this shape by the mimic, yes?
Yeah.
I think her name was literally just
Ralso.
Olo. Ralso, there we go. So many things. Anyway.
Also, not a
it was either from her possession or it was from the possession of it was in the desk of Pratchett upstairs before we got downstairs. Anyway, we'll look at it later. We'll figure out what it is. It's been a while.
It has been a
Yeah.
while. I
Fair
mean,
enough.
it's only been like a week and a bit for your characters, but for us, it's been.
Yeah. I've got
while.
I do have that. All right, I do have the notebook of his second in command. You're right.
Mhm.
I also have the accounts and guest list,
Yep.
and I have his journal.
Hmm.
All right. Any mention of Copperhand inside those, or any names that we might want to ask about?
There is mention in his diary or his journal of Twilight.
Lockle.
No, just that the Twilight Four don't know who they're dealing with. They're only mentioned once or twice, but he seems to look to them as some sort of. Well, he doesn't look to them as a leader, but he refers to them as a whoever is leading the Skin Sword cult at the moment, but doesn't really provide any more information than that.
Okay.
Ralso's diary, however, does refer to the Copperhand gang and how
Okay.
they were trying to pull her in for a job.
Okay. Got it. Understood.
And that's about the point where she made preparations and left.
Got it. All right. Well, unless anybody has any preparation to do for the interview.
Because you do have people to
Well-
interview.
Who should we interview first?
Because your options are the Copperhand rogues or Colo himself. Unfortunately, you can't interrogate the Skin Stitch or the Dig Widget because they were both destroyed.
Yes. Also, they were odd. Well, I think you guys should probably take. I will parade one of the rogues past Colo's cell. somewhere else. Wait 10 minutes, and then you two go after Kolo together.
I'm down.
Quintus stands up and starts doing leg stretches. Like, got it.
Okay. I'll head to the front. Yes, did you have something to say?
Why leg stretches?
Well, we got to go get him, right? We're going to release him and then catch him again?
No.
He's joking. Yes, he's joking.
I mean,
Then
that
we
could
have
be
to
fun,
go
though.
after him.
I'm going to take the lead on this one, okay?
All right. You think you can outrun me?
Oh shit.
Dear God. Well, unless there was anything else.
No, that's everything. Worryingly
wonderful.
everything.
Okay, good.
Wow.
Horace, unless you have any aversions, do you mind just, you know what? Actually, I take it back. Why don't you come with me? I think you might come in handy. Never mind. And I will pick up the creepy doll and kind of sit him on my shoulder. Rolling eyes, kind of frayed ends and all.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
And then
Oh,
I'll march
wait.
up to the front desk and just go,
I lean over to
Yep.
Marta once you've left. I'm like, I'm glad that he took that thing with him.
For once, we are in complete agreement.
Good morning, Orlo. How are you, good sir?
Oh, I'm not too bad. How are you going, Rose?
I have been better, but I have also been worse.
Oh, I can imagine. You had a late
And
night.
after that wonderful miracle of a sentence, I'm after the rogue in cell 3. You don't mind?
Certainly. Do you need any help with the interrogation, or you guys got this?
I won't be really doing any interrogating, as it were.
Oh.
We're mostly just going to be sitting around.
Oh, did you want me to make sure that the drunk tank was empty as well?
I mostly just need to be able to take Monsieur Rogue, whatever his name is, past Kolo's cell.
Oh, okay. No, I know what you're getting at though. Well,
Yes.
well, the interrogation rooms are both empty, so you should be good to go.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, yes, I'll go grab our good friend and make sure Kolo knows that he's being interrogated, and then we're just going to probably sit there and have a lovely conversation for a little while my compatriots go to work, as it were.
Oh, fair enough then. Sounds like a plan.
Wonderful, wonderful. Have you heard from Herr Halcyon this morning?
No. As I understand, he only really shows up when he's needed,
Okay.
as is per the understanding. If you want, I can
well-
send a messenger after him.
That would be lovely, yes. That would be lovely, thank you. Just let him know we're dealing with the prisoners today in case he has any interests to follow up on here.
Oh, very well. I'll have a messenger sent for him then.
Lenore, unless you want to stick around for the interrogation, you could go get him, or Chloe's message. It's up to you, sweetheart. You'll kind of have a small glance my way, look at like the quite small, like gray slabby cell that we're heading to, and then look outside at the glorious sunny day,
Yep.
turn to me and just go, "Dearie, for once I think I will go retrieve your erstwhile friend." And she will flit off out the window towards Halcyon.
Like she hasn't before.
And then after that, I will, with Creepy Doll on my shoulder, I'll grab the keys off Orlo, head to the holding cells, grab one of the rogues, either one, and just kind of, holding him in front of me, introduce. Sorry, I full name yet.
Trevor.
Lovely to meet you, Mr. Trevor. My name is Rose Haflet. I'm a member of Edgewatch, and this is Chorus, the possessed demon doll. Chorus, this is Trevor. Trevor, this is Chorus. Anyway, now that introductions have been done, we're going that way. And hopefully with Kolo in our sightlines, we will head towards one of the interrogation chambers.
Yeah, well, Kolo's definitely in sightlines. He's got a couple of the rogues in there with him, but he watches as you march one of them past him into one of the interrogation rooms.
And I'm just going to put on a little bit of a performance. Just kind of being very friendly, backslapping the guy, kind of making a couple jokes and some jests. Just generally seeming pretty affable and lighthearted.
All around a good guy. Yeah, no, 25
I got a
will do it.
25.
Nice.
Yeah, just try, all around a good guy. And then we'll head inside. And I'm just gonna start asking him like about his life and his hopes and dreams, and
Aw.
nothing else.
Aww.
And pan away.
Well, Quintus, Detective Martyr.
Indeed.
Well, it's on you.
Well, we'll wait the 10 minutes and then head on over, collect the keys, and head to the cage. Would you be a dear, Quintus, and get the man for me?
Certainly.
I'll open the door.
I'll step through and point directly at them. All right, you're up. Come on, let's go.
Colo,
Monkey business.
Colo kind of shakily gets to his feet. You definitely get the feeling from him that he doesn't consider this to be a place where he belongs. Like he's
Get a
not,
fish out of water.
yeah, not comfortable in the surroundings at
Mhm.
all.
So, you know that, like, good time energy Rose kind of gave out?
Yeah.
I want to do the opposite of that.
All right. Just kind of
With the 33.
just
On my
stare him,
intimidation.
Wonderful.
just kind of stare him down the entire time.
Yep.
Yeah, no, he's not chill with the situation, but very muchly understands that he can't really do much about it. But he does follow you, especially with Quintus at his side.
Okay, yes. Into the interrogation room. And once we're in there, close and lock the door.
All right. Well,
Can I do one last thing?
Yep.
Can you see into the interrogation rooms from the outside?
Ooh.
not really. With the way they're kind of built.
Okay, and is there like a little window that you'd be going past as you
Yes.
like went past?
Yep.
All right. I want to make the rogue that I've been talking to laugh. Like, I'm not interrogating him at all. I haven't asked him any awkward questions. I just want to make him like laugh and like genuinely just like pretend like we're just shooting the shit until he gets bailed.
Yeah.
What do I need to roll?
You want to
look.
practice your type 5 on them?
Are you tight 10?
My type 5?
Type. T-I-G.
Okay, I don't know what that means.
Like
I'm sorry.
stand up type 5.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, stand-up comedian
Yeah.
will have a tight 5 or a tight 10.
Yes.
Nerds!
Hey, I learned it from Mrs. Maisel, so
Yeah, that makes it better.
Yeah, that person sounds like a nerd.
All right. So what
Wow.
would you like me to roll?
I'll get you to do a performance for me.
Okay. You flatter me.
What,
That is
what else am I going to get you to roll?
yet another 9.
Society.
A 25.
25. Well, that's enough to make him laugh.
Okay. Yeah,
You
just
tell-
just swapping stories of our worst times and like times we fucked up and everything like that. Just like I'm on the time clock, I've got to be here for a little while, so why don't we just, make the best of it kind of thing.
Yeah. And you tell him.
And preferably I would like to keep an eye on the window and see when Colo passes and try and tell him one of my best jokes. And anyway, I'm done.
Kind of time it, yeah. You tell him an amusing anecdote about one of the interactions you had with Lenore, and he kind of laughs at it. Just as Colo walks by with Marta and Quintus. Well, yeah, Marta, Quintus, you have Colo in the interrogation room. He looks scared. I mean, that 33 for intimidation is doing nothing for his nerves.
I'll take the seat across from him and focus on him for a hot minute.
Yep. Doing Balera's interrogation.
Yep.
I will stay standing at the side of the table.
He has to beat a 22.
22. That. That should have been a GM roll. Oh well. You know now.
Huzzah!
With a 14, he fails.
We'll start with some simple questions. What is your full name, please?
Uh,
Hey! You speak when you're. Oh.
wow. Just digging straight into it.
Like, Marta doesn't jump, but there's that dead expression on her face of just, this is what I've chosen, huh?
Yeah. Alright. Colo Tossel.
And where were you previously employed?
I've pretty much worked at the Penny Instincts Trust my entire working life.
Fantastic. Why were you trying to break into the Penny and Sphinx?
If I'm being honest, I was, well, Bertram was giving me a really bad hand with at the bank, and I was just trying to get one over on him. I didn't want anyone hurt. The Copperhand assured me that no one would be hurt.
So you were working for the Copperhand?
Yes. I was working for them.
Not with them.
No, I wasn't working with them. That's an obvious lie.
Cool.
So he was working with them, not for them. Similar Quintus with that perception of 26. He's being somewhat evasive about his wording. He knows he's in trouble. He's just trying to make sure he gets as lenient and sentence as possible.
Fine.
Yep. You got a good instinct for this kind of thing. Yeah. But yeah, no. I'm associated with the bank, so I was hired to help out.
And who were you hired by?
I was hired by the guild leader for the Copperhand.
Who goes by the name of...
Oh, I want to say diplomacy. Or intimidation.
Do they have to respond?
They don't.
They can't lie, but they don't have to respond.
Yeah, this isn't a magical effect.
Yeah.
That's not good enough.
Oh, we never really used names. And I can tell you from your ability, that's a lie.
Hey! No fucking around here, buddy. This is
Wow.
real time. Try again.
He's looking to you, Marta, and to Quintus, just kind of his eyes dashing backwards and forwards, just kind of, there's no good cop in this situation.
There's bad and worse cop.
Pretty much.
I wonder if we just convict him now. Does he get a +1 for that? If we just convict him now and then interrogate him afterwards.
Yeah.
Fiati.
Sorry, one more time.
Fiati.
Can you spell it?
F-A-Y.
I would never have gotten that.
A-T-I.
Yachty.
Fiati. Look, I've said this once, I'll say it 100 times. I really wish they had pronunciation guides with some of these names.
I like it better
About
this way.
380.
Yeah.
I like hearing you flub things better.
Adds flavor
okay.
to the box text.
A
And we all just
Fiati.
agree it's now just 380.
380.
380? Sure.
380 is a brilliant street name.
How much is it worth to be the guild leader of the Copperhands? About 380.
Wow.
I would like to imagine that as Quintus just absolutely bellows, and as that noise is just kind of echoing around the room, you just hear like a quite hearty chuckle through like the side of the room.
Yeah, the walls aren't that thick. Like, they're
Yeah.
designed to muffle most intelligible, to make it intelligible. But
Yeah.
not to the point where, loud noises can't be heard.
Yeah, Quintus like slammed his hands on the desk and yelled. So
And the lantern swings so that it causes the breastplate to shine even greater.
yeah,
Aw. Just tick.
Wonderful.
Now, where is this guild operating out of exactly?
I never went to their headquarters. I know they're in the foreign quarter though.
So, you witnessed the actual Copperhand thief ahead of you, right? You can hear them in the other room. Are you sure you want to keep information away from us at this point? It might go quite badly for you. You are
You're
free to do whatever you want.
you're not from their world. They will throw you under the carriage the first chance they get.
Yeah, and Rose, I can tell you now that even though the two of you are just having like a generally fine conversation, yeah, the guy you're interrogating is pretty happy to just kind of divulge a lot of information, particularly about Colo.
Oh,
there
yeah?
you go.
Just casually.
Okay.
Just how he's kind of a moron and, you know, rich, well-to-do. You know how they are. But yeah, back in with Colo. He's just kind of like, well... No, well... They contacted me for intermediaries. Yasi and a couple of her cronies were the ones who kind of came and saw me.
I'll be honest with you right now. It's not looking good for you.
Oh no.
I do want to make some things clear with you right now. You'll never see the token guard. You will not be able to buy your way out of this.
At that mention, any color remaining in his face just kind of drains away. Who's an elven attractive woman?
Possibly 350.
Oh god.
I'm gonna do a society check because Mara needs to remember the name of a jail.
Yeah, I would like to actually do an underworld check on that name that he dropped before, just in case that rings any bells.
27?
27.
We'll do you first, Mara. You are aware that there's a pair of prisons in Absalom. The main one is in the Puddles area, which name honestly escapes me at the moment. There is also another one near the Aslanti Keep where they keep the more dangerous and harder to contain element.
There's one that I'm thinking of that's a boat.
No, they sent them to Australia.
Oh,
I'm so proud of my country's origins.
never gonna fucking find it.
Probably don't know. Well,
I was basically just going to use that as a place to hold him.
yeah, no, that's all good. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. I mean, they wanted to get into the vault. I was going to get a cut, and we were just going to go our separate ways.
Did they mention anything particular they were looking for within the vault?
They were trying to keep some information away from me. That they'd hit a couple of different places, and they were hoping this one had the thing they were looking for.
What were they looking for?
I don't know. I don't think they did either. It was obviously very valuable to them.
How valuable?
Well, they were willing to bring me on.
I turned to Quintus. easily manipulated and not very intelligent.
I'll have you know I'm a great banker.
But apparently,
Boastful
prices
and thinks highly
themselves
of
very
himself
high
as
of
well.
themselves.
Yes, well.
Quite the easy mark. Understandable.
And then she jumped off the roof and turned into a trash can.
More laughter is heard within the interrogation room, and Colo's just eyes go a bit wider.
Well, it sounds like someone will be getting the information that they need today. I'm sure, that particular rogue will be out on the streets within, probably by lunchtime now.
I mean, there's no chance of bail?
Oh, no, not at all. Sorry, sir. You were caught trying to break into a bank. You know that doesn't bode well for anyone.
I mean,
Sorry, anyone outside of the token's guard's reach?
oh, I mean, I have powerful friends.
I believe you might want to start using the past tense in that sentence.
Oh, savage.
Hmm. Well,
Unless you can give us some information that we can use to make further arrests for the Copperhand gang, I'm afraid we just can't help you.
I mean, what information do you want? I'll give you what I know.
Tell us everything you know.
Well, I know they were working for someone else. They were saying something like they couldn't fail or the butcher would be after them. I know that the butcher was supplying them things, that abomination that they had. I know that was supplied by the butcher.
I'll look to Quintus about the name The Butcher.
Well, Quintus,
Yeah.
your underworld check.
Yep.
Fiati, if she's who you think she is,
Mm.
Fiati Alamor. She had a father who passed away not long ago, but he was in charge of a rather prominent thieves guild.
Okay. Yep.
But he died under mysterious circumstances about a year ago, and presumably she took over.
Do leaders of thieves gangs die under normal circumstances?
I mean,
Yeah, isn't that a normal circumstance for a
in of
thieves
itself.
guild?
he died to mysterious illness.
Ah, yeah, yeah.
One would think getting stabbed by a police officer whilst running away would be a normal circumstance.
I mean,
Yes. Yes. So, yeah. Suspicion is that she's taken the reins of that operation.
yeah. You haven't heard anything more concrete than that. And
Sure.
rebuilding a gang or a guild, that takes years.
Yep.
But
But the gang wasn't necessarily known for their radical religious zealotism
Oh,
or
God,
anything
no.
like that. No. Okay.
they were sneak thieves and smugglers.
Yeah.
But that's as far as you know. Regarding the butcher, if both of you want to roll on that,
Yeah,
society / underworld. This is something of a difficult DC though.
Whoa.
Wow. Yeah, 17 and 13. Unfortunately, nothing.
Yep. I looked to the detective. So, detective, let me get this right. We only need the information about the break-in, right? Detective?
I mean, any information that we can glean out of that to help further our investigations.
Sure, but we only need it from one person, right?
I mean, you do have an excellent point, yes.
And if there's more people that don't help us,
Wow.
then it doesn't go well for them, does it? Right? Am I following correctly?
I mean, you're not wrong.
Okay, I wasn't sure what we were doing here. Well, I guess I would want to be the one that talked up.
Absolutely.
Well, I know they hadn't been successful in their other break-ins. Plenty of money, but not what they were looking for.
And were you involved in those?
I wasn't. This was the first one I was brought in on. Burcher was trying to squeeze me, and I didn't like it.
You wouldn't happen to know where these other break-ins occurred?
Oh, I wasn't privy to that information, unfortunately. They were thinking about it. I believe their headquarters was in Verdra Town? Or Verdra Town?
And that is in the Ascended Court.
The foreign quarter.
Foreign Court.
Urban Quarter. Verdant Town.
Verdra Town. I'm not particularly familiar with it.
Oh, for fuck, just going down, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it is. Society 14? Yeah, no.
The longer I talk to this man, the less I forget about the outside world.
There is no outside world.
Oh, God.
Right,
Wow.
I think we just both look at each other blankly like...
Yeah, maybe.
So, the Butcher, in inverted quotes, I very over-the-top animate, in the foreign quarters, clearly indicating to him that I think he's just bullshitting with vague information.
Wow. I can tell you, Mater, he has been truthful about this.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm not getting the feel that this is a rich man blaming all his problems on foreigners, right?
No.
Wow.
I mean, he's
Right.
trying to put across this, or that he was taken advantage of.
Yes.
And he-
Well,
Yeah.
we know that, but that's beside the point.
What was the other blank you guys drew? The butcher and
Verdant Town.
Verdra.
Verdra Town.
I'll spell it out for you.
you.
Vudra.
fuck this keyboard.
Verdra.
Butcher Town. Okay, got it.
Jesus. Well,
Jesus Christ, Sam. Stop that.
that's somewhere to look, at least.
I mean,
I suppose we can keep you probably here until we check the information's good. Then who knows? If it's bad, the brine. If it's good, the black whale.
oh god. Please not the black whale.
Oh, it's a lovely place.
Please, I'd rather the brine.
I mean, I'm reading up on the black whale. The black whale's much better than the brine.
These are names of prisons, are they?
Yeah,
So the
Yeah.
brine is the one in the puddles. It's certain death.
mostly because it's in the puddles.
The black whale is 6 ships tied together, and mostly for political prisoners.
But
Although there is a blue
Oh.
dragon on there.
Oh my god. It's a metaphorical sinking ship.
Mm.
where they put all the rats.
Ideas
They're not
didn't pan
win.
out.
Well, if there's nothing else you can tell us, we'll check in with our, let's face it, more successful associate next door and collaborate.
Oh, one more thing.
Oh, yes?
They were supposed to bring some sort of ooze with them, a vault breaker ooze. But they decided against it and brought the dig widget instead.
But I'm now confused as to why you thought that was relevant information.
Oh god, it's the only thing I could think of. Apparently someone's experimenting with it. I don't know more than that.
That part's more relevant information. They have someone experimenting with oozes, a butcher, and
Baker?
I mean, I don't know what their day job is. Fire tea. I swear to Christ, if this is a butcher, baker, candlestick maker thing, I'm leaving the game.
That would be convenient, wouldn't it? But you get the feeling you've kind of squeezed him as much as you possibly can.
We can squeeze harder.
Quintus would.
Well,
I just sort of look at him. Okay.
kind of.
Not threateningly, but ominously.
Yeah, he's trying to not make eye contact as much as possible.
I will just simply say, you will not thrive in a prison environment.
Wow, that is ominous. Yeah, no, he just kind of sinks further back into his chair. If there was more information I can give you, I would.
Well, you'll be back in your cell for a while, so use that time to think, okay?
I will do my best.
Good man. Let's take him back to the cell now.
He was in a cell with other
Mm-hmm.
people.
You brought back too many for them to be separated.
Yes.
We brought back 4. 2 of them were conscious, 2 of them were not.
Yeah.
And plus Cola.
Yeah. Still, you probably would have separated them like 1 to 4.
No. But the drunk tank's currently empty?
Yep.
Okay, cool. I will lead him back to there, and presuming that the cells are like all next to each other.
Yeah.
I will like put him in there, lock the door, and then say loud enough that everyone else can hear it. Like, and now we've only put you in here for your own protection.
Oh, God. Righto. Well, everyone else very much hears that.
Mm-hmm.
Rose, how's your conversation going? Your interrogation?
I have basically not asked a single question this entire time. We've just been swapping stories and bullshitting.
Yeah.
And as I kind of see Maxwell and Quintus go by, I kind of like do a brief shudder and like point at them as they go by and go like, those are the 2 fuckers to watch out for. Those are the assholes. Anyway, as long as they're done, we can get you back to the cell, and hopefully you'll be healing from your friends in the token guard later, yes? Come on.
Oh, fair enough.
I'm gonna get him up and get him back to the cell, and then I'm gonna flag Quintus and Maldwin. Sorry, fuck me, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna flag Quintus and Marta over to come talk to me. And kind of, so I'm gonna make sure he's in the cell with the rest of them, and like give him a good slap on the back as he goes in, and then I'm gonna like give him like a backwards look as I drag these 2 off to our quarters real quick.
Yeah. Well, you do have the name of a good tea shop and a curry place in the foreign quarter, if you're ever there. But otherwise,
stuff.
yeah.
Alright, so what did you guys find?
Well, got some names out of him. A Fire Tea is apparently a well, he called one of the heads of the guild, but it might just be a go-between. Someone named the Butcher, working out of Vajra in the foreign quarter. Also, apparently they're experimenting with Vault Breaker oozes, which don't sound pleasant.
That sounds wonderful. Fire tea. I don't know if that name means anything to me. No, I don't think it does.
No.
I don't have Lenore here.
Apparently the Butcher is their contact for the
cult.
Cult.
Oh. We are
Used
assuming
to-
it's a skin cell cult, yes?
So there used to be a like a snatch and grab thief gang run by like Senior Alamore. I'm confident that his daughter was named Fire or whatever it is, Fire T.
Okay.
I think I remember he had passed away recently.
Interesting.
So
Okay.
perhaps she is now the matriarch of that organization.
Yes. Okay.
But they weren't like in thieves. They were just pocket thieves.
Well, perhaps we should go and pay our respects.
Hmm.
Ooh.
I think we should have one more round of interrogations. Has Lenore reached Halcyon yet?
By this point, yes, Lenore would have reached Halcyon.
Okay.
Jerry, are you in? Hello?
Elias!
All right. Where is she playing? You knocking at my window where I'm not currently, as I am likely working.
She's probably checking your place first, and then then if you're not there, she'll go check the hospital. Yes.
One and the same.
As,
Okay.
as I understand it, you have an apartment above the hospital.
Yeah, it's one and the
Okay.
same.
Well, she'll check the window. She'll check the hospital for your place first, and then she'll go to your office and see if you're there.
One and the same.
You sleep in your office? No. You don't live in the hospital. You have an office above the hospital, surely, and then you go down.
Look here, Absalom's tight on living space.
I mean,
Okay. All right. I don't know why you're being difficult. All right. Well, Lenore is coming to find you,
Because it's
asshole.
amusing to me.
God. Wait till you get a safe house.
Jerry, are you in there?
Safe house. Yes, Lenore, how can I aid you?
We're going through some of the old boys from how do you say last night's expedition, and good old Rosie was wondering if you wanted to come down and lend a hand.
You need some assistance with truth theorems, do you?
Oh, just giving the good old squeeze, and, all that good stuff. If you wanted, if you're busy, I'm sure he'd be fine.
Of course, I'll come and assist in the endeavors.
One more thing. If I was to mention something to you on the sly, as it were, it doesn't need to get back to good old Rosie, does it? In particular?
That would depend on the nature of it.
If I was to have found some lockboxes in like a gutter somewhere, would
Just
you
the
be
gutter or
able to
something.
help me with those, maybe?
I could attempt it, for a fee, of course.
A fee, of course. I love that we speak the same language, dearie. Well, yes, a friend of mine is looking after them for me right now. I don't quite have them on me, but yes, if you might be able to help me out with those later, that would be absolutely wonderful. Anyway, come on. They're right in the middle of the what-ho right now. Hopefully, if we make a hurry of it, we can make it back before all of the fun ends.
I shall follow you on the way there.
And how has your morning been? Anything interesting happening?
Yes, there appears to be some odd business going on in the docks. Some sort of
Odd
new
business?
poison circling.
A new poison, eh? What makes a poison new?
Well, the signs of this particular one, it renders the victim into a berserker rage before they actually fall catatonic.
Now that is fascinating. A berserk rage, you say, and it was a person, not an animal.
As far as I could see.
Well, funny you should mention that. We ran into something very similar when we were at a oh god, what do you animals call it? A zoo, not that long ago. Except someone was using it on animals.
Menagerie zoo.
Very similar symptoms from what you're describing.
So you're familiar with this, are you?
I believe it was in the water supply. They foamed black particles at the mouth, and they kind of went into a rage. Does that sound familiar?
Yes, it does.
Oh,
Ooh.
Well, ooh, gosh. That's spooky, to be quite honest. Perhaps we should ask the other two. I wasn't quite interested at the time. I was
Of course.
a little bit preoccupied. Yes. Well, best be off then. Best be off. So
As you wish.
Unless you proffer her your arm or your shoulder, she'll just kind of fly above you.
Circle
I mean,
above, ominously.
not really.
Say again, Sam?
She's got the independent trait now. She's her own bird.
She is her own bird, but she's also lazy. So if she can catch a rat,
Oh god. Oh, that's
All
a
right.
throwback.
They'll head back to the precinct.
All right. So, for those back at the precinct, what are you doing?
If I could make a suggestion, I gave the fellow Travis that I was talking to quite the good boy treatment, as it were. I asked no questions. I was very, assurative that he'd be out of here in no time. If there were any of the members who might possess, shall we say, pertinent information of the Copperhand rogues that we've kind of interrogated, it's highly likely that if we go for another two of them, they'll send whoever the, weakest or most valuable member it is that they have to me, yes? So we say we're going to take another two. You guys will take one. I'll take the other. I'll probably get you'll get a useless one because they've already found out that you've broken someone. I'll get whoever they're worried about talking, and then as soon as we get to use the interview rooms, we switch. Yes.
Wait, what?
Was that too complicated? I was going
No,
a bit
I
fast. Sal.
followed that logic. It was just
You did?
utterly insane, and I love it.
So essentially, they're going to give you guys the dumbass because you've already made someone talk. On the other hand, I ask no questions. So whoever the weakest link is, they'll probably want to send him to me instead of the two of you who terrify people. Capiche? So, we switch.
So
Quintus,
I
you
should
switch.
just follow Marta.
Probably, yes.
Yeah, good
That's
plan.
exactly beef was the best. Plan. Good plan.
Oh my.
Alright, let's go get ourselves another one.
Okay.
And I'll walk into the main room. Alright, next two. One of you is me, one of you is the other two detectives.
They kind of look to each other, because having had a conversation with their compatriot, and one of them volunteers for Rose.
Wonderful. Come along, my friend. Come along.
And another one. Come on. We're not being paid by the hour. In fact, we're not being paid. Let's hurry this up.
One of them gets pushed forward.
Yeah.
And the two of you take them into the interrogation rooms.
Yes. And as soon as they're both situated, we
Mhm.
switch. And I'll hand you two guys the idiot, hopefully. Hopefully, all of this was to hopefully land you an idiot and hopefully make Kolo nervous. That was the whole idea of all these shenanigans.
Well, Rose, as you kind of leave the room, he's kind of going, wait, what? And then he sees Mata and Quintus walk in. He's like, that's what? Hey, hey!
Sorry, my friend. This is above my pay grade. The two actual detectives here have requested a swap, as it were. Terribly sorry, my friend. Got to go.
Hello.
Just straight into the interrogation.
Can I make a recommendation? You want to intimidate him first, so that he takes a -1 to the check.
Good point.
Actually, hang on. Wait. I get to use a new ability.
Ooh.
As I start walking out of the office and he
Yep.
kind of his heart begins to sink,
Yeah.
I just whistle what seems to be a jaunty tune.
Oh
that
god.
Quickly turns into a funeral dirge,
Oh god.
Jeez.
and I cast Dirge of Doom.
Yep.
Everything that I choose within 30 is frightened. No saves.
Yep. Everything you designate as a foe.
Yes.
All right. Yeah. No, he's
and
friend one.
because it is not the intimidation thing. So if you want to, you can intimidate him and make him intimidated too.
Wow.
Wish it does not matter. Even if you fail, it doesn't matter. Anyway, but yes, I'm going to whistle the Imperial March, which I won't actually whistle because it would split your ears.
Yeah. Well. That's all good. We do get the insinuation. Also, don't
and
want
I'll
the
switch
house
rooms
of
with
mouse crashing down on me.
What did you say, Sam?
It's not the Imperial March.
Dum 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 da dum 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 dum. Is that not the Imperial March?
No.
No. Wait, no, hold on. Did you think that at funerals they just kept playing the Imperial March?
No, the Imperial March is Vader's theme.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is
that
what you just did.
bum, ba, bum,
No,
bum,
yeah,
ba,
that
bum.
one.
Is that the Imperial March?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep,
Oh,
the
okay.
funeral one is the first one you did.
Okay, my bad. I got it mixed up a little bit. Please forgive me.
That's
All
fine.
good.
Anyway, yeah. So we switch rooms, and he's all yours.
So, intimidate.
You got it.
I mean, 23 is not too bad. That plus that. Yeah, no. You'll be able to know if he's telling the truth or not.
Ooh.
Would I be able to have the Mr. Halflit back? No.
Oh, no, he's busy. You're with us for the next few minutes.
Okay, that's fine. He kind of looks to you, Quintus, and goes, "That's a hell of a shoulder barge you got."
Don't you forget it.
Oh, this is the dude. Okay, sick.
So, where to start? What can you tell me about the Butcher?
Oh God. Oh, look. Thankfully, I never had to talk to them. Some sort of scary person working for the Skin Store cult.
Hmm.
Like, look, you work in this kind of business, you hear things, and some of the things that I've heard about them, it's not good for anyone. Society was trying to get out of the deal, honestly.
Sorry, what?
Society, she was trying to get out of the deal.
Ah,
Like,
What deal?
last job, we're done, we're out. Well, we'd been hired to do bank robberies around the city. Getting money. We were looking for something in particular. We hadn't found it yet.
what were you looking for?
We weren't told what it was. We were told that it would be a statue polished black, and we'd probably know it when we saw it, and we shouldn't handle it with our hands.
Hmm.
Tongues were suggested.
Yeah, no, tongues are actually really... Anyway,
Tongs for a statue.
We weren't supposed to touch it, so we were told.
Okay.
and did they happen to mention why?
No, that it was above our pay grade.
Hearing that a lot these days.
Well, such are the
It's
days.
trending.
It is trending.
Well, in that case, what can you tell us about Miss Firetea?
I mean, she's good. Well,
Let me restate that. What can you tell us about Miss Firetea that we don't already know from your other friend? He was not one of good constitution.
Oh, you're talking Colo.
Yes.
Oh God, he actually had information for you.
Oh, of course. Sounded like a canary.
Oh, I don't doubt that at all. He got bought like a canary too.
Cheaply.
No, he came looking for us.
Oh my god.
No, look, that prick wanted to shaft at his old boss or his old partner at the bank. Apparently getting a raw deal. So, he found out we were hitting banks, or were trying to hit the bank, and he made a deal.
Hold on. He found out you were hitting banks?
More
How
or less.
bad are you at hitting banks?
I mean, this is the first time we've been caught.
Got me there.
But that guy that we just interviewed found out you were robbing banks.
Well, he works in the banking sector. Banks don't like to let people know that they've been robbed. It's bad for business.
Right.
It's why the token guard gets paid to hush those kind of things up. It's why the books get cooked.
Oh, God. Well, let me be the first to say that the token guard will not be part of this investigation in any way, shape, or form.
I mean, the crime was committed within the coins. Shouldn't it be their jurisdiction?
Oh, unfortunately, the Edgewatch was created specifically for events that take place within the festival.
Oh, so it's an extra jurisdictional arrangement. Oh, God. Yeah, of
Yes.
course.
And frankly, I just don't like them. So,
Unfortunately, you're not getting out of this one easy.
Yeah, I'm a little bit worried. It seems like you guys got the nerd. Who the fuck did I get handed?
lab squat thrust. Anyway. So where can we find this Miss Firety?
Oh.
Need I remind you that, well, frankly, we're not getting paid for this, so it's not like there's a whole bunch of oversight on what happens within this room.
I present my shoulder.
Intimidation.
Seductive intimidation.
He'll do it again, he's crazy.
Oh, wow, okay. So,
Yeah, you just sort of
Wow,
like
okay.
hold your fist and you hold your forearm like parallel to the floor and just sort of move it back and forward like
Yeah.
you're like freeing your shoulder up. I just sort of do that and
Yeah.
then
yeah, with a
Limbering.
natural 20 on a 32 for intimidation.
I like to imagine that Quintus has a little baggie attached to his belt, full of pieces of all the statues and constructs that he's destroyed at this point.
Yep.
And every once in a while, he just takes another like crumbled small piece of a statue and just crushes it in his fist to
Yeah.
remind him of what it feels like.
God.
Yeah. And it also doubles as like chalk,
Yeah.
like what a
Wonderful.
gymnast would put on their
Nice.
hand. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
If
just
someone
instant
instinctively
attention.
just slightly moves away.
It's just like, oh, wow. Look.
Like holding my elbow and pushing my hand behind my back.
Oh, God, look. Our headquarters, Richmore Street. In the foreign quarter. It's an old tenement, kind of squeezed between two buildings.
What's the secret knock? What's the passphrase? How do we get in?
There's no secret knock. The bottom floor is a flop house. But we have a watcher on the bottom floor.
Ooh.
She'll probably be the only girl there. If she goes to knock on a pipe, try to stop her.
Right. Is this anywhere near Vajra?
Oh, not smack bam, but pretty close.
How many people should be within the guild at the moment?
Oh, look, some of us come and go.
Ballpark.
A dozen? Roughly a
No.
dozen?
No terrible surprises like dig witchets or vault breaker oozes?
No. The boss has someone held hostage there. There's no other dick widgets that are currently working.
Okay, let's back up that sentence a little bit. What?
Oh, God, I probably shouldn't have said that, should I?
Well, you did.
Ah.
Need I remind you?
Well, you did.
Shoulder.
You're the one who got the natural 20. What am I doing? Yeah, look, the boss has had some nerd locked away in a workshop. Wow. Working on all sorts of weird and wonderful clockwork things. The Dig Witcher was one of them. He's been working on an ooze as well.
Oozes clockworks?
No, he's just smart, I guess.
Oh god, not a clockwork ooze. Anything but that.
I mean, they do exist.
Oh, shit.
Automata.
What's stopping him from using them to escape?
Did you miss the part where I called him a nerd?
I didn't miss the part where he apparently builds robots.
I mean, all he has is, like, scraps and things.
Hmm.
He's one of those people that likes the attention.
No, look, he gets threatened with violence, and then he gets given things. It's kind of this whole honey and vinegar thing going on.
Classic cycle of abuse, I knew it.
I mean, when you put it that way, that makes us sound like the bad guy.
Quintus, if someone throws an ooze at us and you know that that ooze has been made in a laboratory, will your whole situation activate, or
My
like does it have to be a statuesque?
whole situation. I'm like
No, with
doing a pyramid finger of contemplation. Which might look thoughtful, but you probably pick it up as Quintus not really understanding what's going on.
You know how you get with constructs.
I glance around. Where is a construct?
Yes, that. We'll just have to see, I guess.
Oh, we'll see, alright.
All right. Well, unless there's any other information that you can use to potentially save your hide from spending the rest of your days within the brine, we should be leaving soon.
I know they've been training a basilisk.
God, it gets better and better.
Hey, bud, I want to tell you about like the order of how conversations should probably go. Lead with "They have a basilisk."
I mean, it's in a cage.
Oh, good. A cage.
Did you hear that, detective? It's in a cage.
Great.
Problem solved.
Just don't open the cage.
Hey, bud, do you know how basilisks work?
Oh no, yeah, no, we know that. We've got like these ferret skin masks. It protects you from the petrification.
What do I roll? Because that sounds wrong. Like, I know
I
it's
thought
something he probably believes, but it sounds wrong.
Oh
Hey,
god.
He said ferret skin. I heard ferret skin. So I just saw like a bushy tail wrapped around some dude's face
Oh, Pokemon.
in my head.
I mean, ferrets are 6 feet tall, so
I think they're 6 feet long.
They're 6 feet long. I don't think they're 6 feet tall. But nice try.
but they can't stand on their hind
6 feet.
legs.
6 feet ferret can't hurt you.
Or can they?
Yeah.
Thank you for the raid, Eve of yesterday. Good to see you
Much
again.
obliged. Much obliged.
Fire can only hurt you in Pokemon Coliseum, let's be honest here.
Ooh.
Alright. Are you guys done interrogating?
I guess.
Yeah, he doesn't really have much more information for you.
Alright. So, if they got the nerd, I assume I got the hard ass. If they got the fresh boy, I assume I got the one with tats and piercings and like the 1,000-yard stare, yes?
A little bit to
something
that,
like that?
degree. He does look
Kind of?
he looks older, more grizzled. He does have some
Okay.
tats, but they're mostly on his arms. It's not like he has
Alright.
neck tattoos or facial ones.
Alright. I'm gonna stick Chorus inside with him at the table, give him a nod, and then walk back outside. And I'm gonna look for Halcyon rocking up.
I'm
So you
scared
just leave
Taurus
him
is
in
gonna
there with
have another
Chorus?
voice after this.
So I'm just looking for Halcyon. Seeing if
Alright.
he's going to turn up anytime soon. I'll give him about 5 minutes to turn up. If not, I'll conduct it myself.
He will turn up in that time.
Wonderful. Afternoon, Twickenham.
Afternoon, Detective Rose.
Wonderful. We've met before, yes?
Yes, I assist you with various supplements you've used previously.
I didn't know if you'd remember me, I'm not the most memorable face. Anyway, I was hoping I'd call you in today for a bit of a consult on some poisons. Well,
That's not terrifying at all.
I'm sure I could assist in some manner.
yes, I don't suppose you have any of your concoctions on you, do you?
Well, I have a couple, yes. And I
Okay.
whip out a couple centipede poisons.
Wonderful. Wonderful. All right, come inside. We've got a friend of mine to talk to.
Before we go in, I pass him an Eagle Eye Elixir. I recommend
Wonderful.
drinking this. Tends to help.
This doesn't mean a whole lot, but remember this moment. Without looking at the bottle, as soon as he hands it to me, I scull it.
Alright.
All right, so that's like a +1 to perception and a couple other things, yeah?
Yeah, in 10 minutes that belladonna should kick in.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah, it's +1 for perception.
Alright.
I'm gonna roll a perception check to see if he's joking.
Yeah.
I got a
You have the
30.
+1.
No, 31.
31?
Thank you. All right.
Unless you wanted to try and deceive me,
No.
all right. Then why don't we head on inside?
All right. I'm gonna walk inside the room, kind of gently closing the door, and kind of turn towards the rogue as I let Twickenham in. I'm sorry, so I didn't take the time to introduce myself earlier. I'm Rose Haflet, and your name is?
As you're walking into the interrogation room,
Yes.
the doll's head kind of just rotates immediately around to stare at the door.
Uh-huh.
Kind of just immediately twists around before slowly going back to the, interrogatee,
Uh-huh.
who's looking conscious but very pale.
Wow, okay, cool. That's good to know.
You left him alone in a room with a haunted doll.
Yes. I'm sorry, sir. I didn't catch your name.
Steven.
Wonderful to meet you, Stephen. My name, as I said, is Rose Haflet, and this is my compatriot, Elias Twickenham. He's something of an expert with poisons, so thankfully for us common folk, he normally works as a doctor. Now, my compatriots in the other room are busy quizzing your more talkative associate about the less insidious details of your practice, and I'm sure they'll do very well. They, after all, the better interrogators, as it were. I'm really only interested in a couple of things, and I want you to understand, with the very depths of my being, that by the end of this conversation, I will have those things in my possession, and the only difference between your cooperation and things being difficult would be your blood on the floor and exactly what kind of things my compatriot here can slip into your stomach. Now, with that said, a fellow named the Butcher. Have you heard of him?
Okay, before we continue this, can you just turn the doll around or something?
Absolutely, sir. I'm going to take the doll and put it on my shoulder and point it backwards.
I hope the head spins around to
Yeah,
face
no,
me again.
the head absolutely spins around to face him.
I'm sorry. That's it's a soul-bound doll. It's what happens when you stir a fragment of someone's soul inside something. You just have to forgive me, sir. It's not part of the act, I swear. Now,
That's creepy. And I've
the
seen
Butcher?
Intimidation or diplomacy. You're kind of giving me mixed vibes on this one.
So he doesn't answer, yes?
He
He
doesn't
just kind
answer
of gives me a
immediately.
look.
Yeah.
I just
Like
kind
he's
of
thinking about it.
I give Twickenham a nod. That's it.
Righto. I shall start. I'll pull out a dagger blade and uncork one of my centipede poisons. Not code it, but just
Kind of get ready for it.
yeah.
Give me an intimidation check.
All right. Do you want him to aid me, or do you want me to ring?
You can aid him, Rose.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah, that's a 21.
Yep.
It's not great. It's okay.
It's not bad.
23. Nice.
I got a 23, so he gets a 22.
Yep. And just the general situation, I'm giving you a +1 for it anyway.
Nice.
That's very nice. I actually don't mind too much about his response.
He
If he doesn't respond immediately, we're gonna keep going.
He kind of goes. He looks to that. Kind of looks to the vial. Kind of just goes. The butcher.
Hmm?
The skin
Yes.
flayer.
Yes.
You mean the one who's currently leading the skin soul cult?
Don't know who he is. I only know what things you tell me, my friend.
Look, you hear things, right?
Of course you do.
Like bodies showing up with missing patches of skin or no skin at
Mhm.
all.
Yes.
Screams in the night.
Mm-hmm.
That's the butcher.
Hmm. Horrifying. Horrifying.
Hook and chain. Apparently can swing it.
Hmm.
Throw it out a good 10-20 feet.
Hmm. You don't have family, do you? Not in a city like this, no?
I'd rather not bring up my family.
Surely you don't want something like that running around the city when you've got kids, or a wife, or a loved one, or a partner?
No, that's why I've been telling the boss to cut ties already.
Well, you know, people in power, they have, policies to uphold, facades to keep up. Someone like me, like my friend, we don't have such restrictions,
Look,
like morality.
I'll be straight with you. We're trying to get out of the city.
Wonderful. We don't want people like you in our city anyway.
The boss gone too deep with these cultists, and now we just want out. This was
Yes.
our last job. We get our cut. We leave.
Halcyon. Alright, I misstepped there. Pretend I said Twickenham. Twickenham, do you think you could take double the normal dosage, or just one?
Hey, look, I've given you all the information. What else do you want?
Oh, this isn't really about information. Now, as I kind of watch Elias start kind of priming things to my side, kind of perhaps you're I don't know, whatever you're doing, like drawing syringes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Now,
basically on a separate table lay out my my medicine tools.
Basically making the full performance of it.
yeah, absolutely. Together.
Oh,
Now.
Mr. Harflett,
Yes.
if you could please prime this so that he doesn't move during any of the operations.
Alright.
And I
Hold
toss him
still.
one of my is it moderate? It's a level 3 tanglefoot bag.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Well, I mean, I have another way of doing it. Hold still.
I know it's not 14. But
No, it's 22 now.
oof. Don't like
23 if
expenses.
you add Dirge of Doom.
Which you have been whistling.
And you know what? I'm even going to do a Bon Mo just to really fuck him over.
Yeah.
Let's see if he can do just to make sure this is going to really suck. When I'll kind of the Bon Mo will be when I go, this isn't really about answers, This is more about points and how we make them.
Oh, wow.
Is that a thing? Okay, I'm gonna re-roll that. 29.
Much
Okay.
better. Well,
Okay, so go ahead.
the words kind of leave your mouth, and there's a magical twinge to them as you kind of finish off the bon mot and just kind of go, don't move. And you just see him kind of freeze up into the chair. You can see his eyes are kind of darting. He's like, look, what do you want? I know magic when I feel it. I'm not ready to be on the receiving end of that.
I nod to Twickenham to go ahead with the injection.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Okay.
Do you want an unarmed attack or a dagger attack here?
Oh, he
He's-
can't move.
He's currently paralyzed.
So what are you giving him? Centipede
All right.
poison?
It's We'll make a dagger attack with centipede poison.
Well, it
No
doesn't need to
need
be
for
dagger.
that.
It's just you've got a syringe of some kind.
Uh-oh.
I mean, all
Do
right.
you want me to add piercing the sneak
No,
attack
no,
down?
No.
This is all
Are
different
you
stuff.
sure?
Yes.
I'm sure. I don't like his chances though.
Let me just jump back to centipede poison. I believe first one is 1d6 fortitude save of DC 17.
Well, I have dropped his success back to a failure because of that critical.
Nice.
Wonderful.
You can.
Now,
He's doing his best to kind of not choke back the pain, but stay still.
Oh shit.
wonderful.
This
No.
isn't Reddit.
4.
There you go.
4 poison damage.
Wow.
Wonderful. Now,
In another 6 seconds, he gets to do another save.
God.
wonderful. Now, the skin's so cold.
Yeah.
You know anything where we might find some?
Yeah. Yeah. There's an entry nearby.
Wonderful. Where is it?
It's a little hard to explain, but I could draw up the map for you.
No, that won't be necessary. Just give me a direction.
He gives you the directions to an entry.
Wonderful. Thank you. Now,
Are they accurate?
I don't know. Are they accurate? They sound accurate.
I don't.
Shit, that's garbage.
I'm not even going to roll a perception check. I'm actually really not worried about that, to be quite honest, because what I'm worried about is, now what I need you to understand from here on out is, the Edgewatch in the coming months is going to be in command of more and more of the city. And Edgewatch itself
Wow.
is filled with people like me, who do not mind exactly what rights, we give to prisoners anymore. The token guard are on safari.
Wow.
The detective on board is making sure that the orchestration of their demise will be swift and sad. And more of us, people like me and the good doctor here, are going to fill the ranks of what was previously a pushover police force. So,
Wow.
as the fire
Alright.
burns through your veins, what I want you to understand and carry from here is that the law inside of Absalom are playing for keeps. And anyone who's not ready to shed blood should probably be gone from the city within the next couple of weeks.
Oh God.
Or they are about to become part of the battlefield.
Wow. He just kind of nods and goes, "Look, I understand."
Good. I
We're
don't think
leaving.
you do, but you will. Best of luck with that. Alright,
Wow.
I'm going to leave the room. Know that he has someone to pick up and return to the cells. As I kind of walk out the door. Took it
He-
unless there was anything else.
Has he succeeded or failed on the other fortitude saves? Because if he fails the third stage, he's clumsy for a round.
Well, he'll take the extra damage, and then he'll
That's
be
another-
clumsy.
There's another D8 and a D12.
And I'm going to look over my shoulder. So, first of all, I'll gesture to him. Monsieur Twickenham, was there anything else you might want to know from our good friend here?
Oh, 12 poison damage.
I mean, he
No.
passes out at that.
Wait, I want to say one last thing. Just before he passes out and overconsciousness untakes him.
No, he'd
Just
pass
before-
out pretty damn quickly.
Okay, just before he passes out, I want to look back at him and go,
And remember, I was the nice one.
and then I'm out.
Oh, wow. Well, he passes out from the pain.
I don't think
Wow.
that's true anymore.
I mean, I'm the one that administered his medicine. How's that lethargy poison looking now, Matt?
Pretty fair, huh?
Wow.
right.
All
I
right.
got some directions, and most importantly, I sent the message I wanted to send.
You
Hopefully
did.
You guys have all the pertinent information.
And if I can get someone to haul him back into the cell, poison, kind of unconscious, hazy state and all, that'd be wonderful.
As Quintus and I are leading our prisoner out, just like, man, I'm glad we didn't have to medically torture this one. Whoa!
Wow. Anyway,
I'll pass the other elixir of life from the morning to one of the rogues through the cell. Say, give this to him when he wakes up. He'll kind of want it. Should help with the thrumming in the skull and any metallic tangs he gets on the palate.
cool. That's cool.
How you feeling, Matt?
I feel fine.
Okay, good.
Little
Just nice.
dark.
Just figured, yeah. Just figured I should check in. You know. How did your conversation go, detectives? Quintus and detective, I should say. No,
Went
detectives.
well. We've got information about the Copperhand hideout.
Wonderful.
How'd your whole situation plan out?
Oh, you know how it is with people like this. You know, if you want something to get through, you have to send it loud. So, I'm quite good at being loud. Do it quite well. So, hopefully, things got through to him. But I have found at least one of the entrances to the location of the skin sopt as well. So we have 2 different places to check out.
Ooh.
And I found out more about one named the Burcher. He's
Yes.
seems to be quite a big player in this entire thing. The 2 of you have met Monsieur Twickenham before, yes? He works at the hospital?
No.
Yes, you would have met him.
Yes. Pleasure.
Wonderful. He was assisting me with the work this morning. Halcyon was unavailable.
I see.
Yes. Well, Twickenham, you are invaluable this morning, and I thank you. I'll make sure your consultant's fee is paid, which is kind of ironic, I kind of give you a stupid little wink. And then, I suppose we should begin gearing up for tonight. We'll contact Halcyon and, let him know that we're getting ready for an assault. Would you rather go after the Copperhands first, or after the skin saw?
Oh, before you make any plans,
Yes.
Lenore, as we were discussing earlier,
Yes.
Quintus, I know you tend to frequent the docks. Have you heard anything about a poison that tends to make people go berserk? Following that, they tend to enter a catatonic state.
You remember, don't you, Quintus, at the menagerie? Yes.
How do you know I go to the docks all the time?
Ooh, that's on you, bro. That was on you.
Rose and I tend to have quite a professional relationship. He gives you quite
Nice.
glowing reviews.
Oh, well,
Smooth.
and I puffed my chest up. Yes,
I
well.
sing the world of you.
Smooth.
It sings the world of you. Yes. Well,
So, what was it about the docks?
Have you heard anything about some sort of poison inflicting victims with a berserk state of mind, causing them to lash out at nearby people? Following the end of their rage, they reach a catatonic state and start foaming black foam from the mouth.
That's
Sort of like a kind of hyper rabies, so to speak.
That's very specific. I don't know anything about that, but I know some people I could ask.
You do.
Quintus,
Yep.
you remember the menagerie, don't you, Quintus? Remember all of the animals there when they drank from the water? They had that they had the black ooze all around their mouth. Remember the owl bear and the egg keg? Remember?
Oh.
Come, young man, your memory's not that bad. Don't make an old lady feel her age.
Was that with the
Our first job
Lobster?
together, yes. No, I believe you got bitten by a snake, didn't you? Or no, that was our dearly departed, wasn't it? Oh dear.
You were almost bitten. You were doing up your shoes at the time.
Yes.
That's where I've met you. I point to Twickenham. At the crime scene.
Oh my
Oh
god.
yes, your poor Malden friend.
Hmm. They just sort of perpetually nod. Hmm.
Well, I'm sure he'll follow up on it for you, won't you, Quintus?
Yes, docs. Boom.
Poison.
Poison.
All that noise.
Well, unless there was anything else.
Not that unless you require me for something.
No, I'm very grateful for your help this morning, though.
That's quite all right.
I don't think the message would have been nearly as loud or as clear without your quite invaluable help.
Wow. That's one way to put it.
Yeah. Unless you're willing to play hardball, get the fuck out of our city.
I was trying to remember the I'll look it up later. But the detective that was brought in to oppose Al Capone during that whole period.
Yep.
That's kind of the vibes I'm getting from Rose at the moment.
I'm True Detective Rustin Cole right now.
Rusty coal?
Some
How do you rust
untouchables.
coal? There's no iron content in it.
Yeah.
Untouchables? Maybe.
I
Anyway.
think there's references and references here. But
Yeah. I had an idea what I was channeling. Anyway, well, yes, au revoir, Monsieur Twickenham. I will send for, I guess we could get Orlo to send for Halcyon for this evening, and then we need to figure out where we're going to stage an assault. Either we can begin checking out the leads concerning the skin saw, or we can follow up and hopefully maybe disarm them if we go after the Copperhand first. What are your thoughts, Detective?
I think the Copperhand would be best one to go to first. Get them out of the way, see what information they have about the insult cult that they've been working with.
I agree, yes.
That's the sort of place I don't want to go into unprepared.
Absolutely, yes. Okay, well, I agree. Alright.
so
How long can we hold him without pressing charges?
I mean
Who's gonna stop us?
Yeah, seriously, how much oversight is there? Can we just hold these fuckers? I don't really want them back on the street quite yet.
it kind of comes down to Olo and the chief. You probably got a couple of days, but it might be a
Okay.
case of like if they have to bring a lot of people in, they don't want to overcrowd the cells.
Okay.
So you might be a case of Olo or the chief will come to you and basically be like, "Look, we got to do something with them."
Okay. I want to point out, in case anybody's wondering, this is not coming out of nowhere. My backstory is literally trying to dismantle operations from the inside. So, all right. I don't know. I'm feeling kind of a little bit self-conscious or out of character. Yeah, and this is literally Rose's shit before he got to Edgewatch.
Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah.
Letting some of the darkness out.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
Feels good,
I
doesn't it?
It does. It feels wonderful. Yeah, love it. I'll throw up later. All right. So, does anybody have anything they need to do? Like, we've got an address, we've got a name, we've got some instructions. Don't let her knock on the pipe. She's probably the only woman in the bottom floor. It's a flop house.
Well, yeah. This is kind of on you guys.
Yeah, I'm up to head off for the Copperhand tonight.
Yeah.
I'm good for tonight. I wouldn't say no to doing a quick shop just to pick up an
Okay.
item. But if anyone else has anything to do?
No, do you want to take a 5-minute break, or do you guys just want to push through to the end of the evening?
Break's probably a good idea.
Yeah, we could take a
Okay.
5-10 minute break and then just kind of start off the rest of the festivities.
Hooray.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
All right.
I'm gonna run.
Okay. We're just going to take a short break, ladies and gentlemen. I'm probably going to run an Amazon ad just in the middle of the intermission, but you don't have to stay for it. It's okay. We understand. But until then, we'll be back in about 5-10 minutes where we will continue. And with any luck, I think the Copperhand gang will be going down, or at least the start of it will be going down. Anyway, see you soon.
Ow.
Every time. Every time. Hey everyone, welcome back. Oh, we are back with Agents of Edgewatch for Pathfinder 2. Where our players, our heroes, will be committing to a raid, I guess is the best way to put it.
Yep.
After getting some information through a variety of means.
I still have no fucking clue what's going on.
Yeah, so team, just to be clear, are we going in like badges and polearms, or are we going in like sneaky?
Sneaky would probably be best.
Sneaky would probably be best. You don't have to.
Question is, when is this conversation taking place?
Before we get there.
Yeah. I suggest that we do some reconnaissance and we contact the kobolds for to see if they're interested in doing a collab and possibly securing perimeter again.
Well, more in the interest of time than anything else, they're happy to do perimeter security again.
Wonderful.
Really?
I can't wait for
For
I can't
all
wait,
that entails.
cannot wait for some more kobold traps. The one that we actually got to see was lovely. Yes, in the early morning / early afternoon, we'll send off a messenger to the kobolds, letting them know where we're headed for the evening.
Mhm.
And then let's spend the afternoon, as soon as the detective gets back from her expedition,
Yep.
checking out the place,
All right.
setting it out.
Well, we'll move.
However we do that.
I have questions. When am I fetched, and how much of a briefing do I get before we get there?
Well, I imagine I'll probably just, like, you and I will probably have a conversation, like, as you're kind of heading off. You know, me thanking you for your assistance this morning and kind of, like, letting you know what we're going to be doing, you know,
Oh, dear
with
God,
much of
come back later.
much of a wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah.
What do you mean, come back later?
Oh no, just the kind of conversation, just don't leave us to do this alone.
Oh. Yeah, kind of that, but also, like, you know. Yeah, I guess. Essentially
Yeah.
letting you know what we're doing.
With my question with that, have I ever reached out to 38?
God.
Sorry, 380.
Fire water.
Fire tea.
Fire T.
Fire tea, rather.
Yep, continue.
For any marks, or any essentially any areas, have I purchased any leads from them before?
Yep. Do you have
Have
a
I had any
you have a
personal?
standing
Do
relationship?
you have
Yeah.
the Underworld Connections feat?
I do not, but I am asking anyways.
Do you have underworld lore?
I do not. No, I went with legal law.
Give me a society roll then.
Society, I can do that. That's whatever it is eventually.
Takes a second. It's all good. I know you're kind of going remotely, and I do appreciate turning up anyway.
That's a 30.
Ooh.
Nice.
Not really. Considering you're something of a specialist and a security specialist, I think is the polite definition for it. You haven't really had much contact with them.
All right.
They're kind of not below you, but just not for you, if that makes sense. Like they have their own
Internally
safecrackers.
operating.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they don't really have any leads that you would be interested in.
Okay.
But you all should be on the new map.
We are.
Excellent. I've kind of positioned you out front, but
Yeah.
there is a area around the back if you want to check that out as well. But as you can see, the building itself is kind of wedged between two other buildings.
Before we get to the thing, when Twickenham leaves the station, I'm gonna pull Rose aside.
Uh-huh.
I think that Twickenham guy seems a little shifty. Do you think maybe it might be good to get Halcyon to like scope him out?
I think that's eminently reasonable, but to be quite honest with you, the good doctor and I have a long and storied acquaintance, you know?
Oh, so they're on the level.
I mean, I can't say for sure. He keeps his cards close to his chest, but yes, he runs a clinic that has done quite a lot of good for the city, and as far as I know, you know, he's an upstanding member of society. Give me a second. I got a 30.
Yeah, that will be much higher than Quintus's perception DC, I think, on that one.
I don't, you know. Yeah, as far as I know, you know, he's definitely one of those people who's on our side.
Aww.
Okay, good. I was just checking.
Yes.
Thank you
On
for-
that note, you know, if you ever need a doctor in the city, he comes with my full confidence, you know?
You know, I feel like when I get injured, if you haven't been able to help me, Halcyon has been pretty good. So I think if I was going to go see anyone, it'd probably be Halcyon.
That's fair, yes. Well, I mean, but if Halcyon's not around, you know, maybe you go see Elias instead.
Well, I guess that makes sense.
It's a hierarchy. It's fine.
You know, backups, you know?
Yeah. Nothing sus whatsoever.
Winter seems satisfied with this outcome. He's like, yes, it's a good idea. It's good to have options.
Let's send Batman off to track down Bruce Wayne. It's fine.
I think I know a thing or two about Bruce Wayne.
Yeah. It's fine.
I'll be able to get him.
Billionaire playboy, who gives a shit what he does?
I mean,
Right? Am I
kind of.
right?
So,
All right.
getting there. So, scoping out the back of the place as well?
Yes. Yes, please.
Well, I'll move you. Halcyon, did you want to go around the back as well?
Sure, might as well.
All right.
Entrances and exits, Matt. Entrances and exits.
I need perception checks from everyone then.
I shouldn't have burned those eagle eye elixirs.
I got a 22.
26.
26?
17.
Oh wow. All right. Well, Quintus, Mater. The most obvious entrance to this place is probably through the front door. There's a smell to the place. Like it kind of gets cleaned, but it's mostly just with what water they can get. This does absolutely look like a rundown, glorified squad house.
Great.
In our time watching it, what's the traffic like?
If you spend a couple of hours,
yeah,
there does seem to be steady traffic, nothing too extreme, but people are definitely kind of coming and going from the place.
Mm-hmm.
More to the point, though, they don't look too shifty either. Like, they look, in one instance, it's a case of the guy goes in looking pretty run down and tired, and then he comes back out, you know, yawning, stretching, looking a bit more refreshed.
Okay. Is it noisy?
Not particularly noisy. There's a sign near the door. DOS House. Please be quiet.
Hmm.
Now, well, Halcyon, Rose. Well, unfortunately, Halcyon, there's not much I can tell you.
Nah, there's nothing here. It's just a DOS house.
Yeah, no, look, it's a rundown old place. There's 4 stories to this place, though. You would suspect that it would probably be better to try to... You could attempt to get up to the higher floors, but they all look pretty barred. Rose. It's as Halcyon's doing his practiced casing of the joint that you notice that, with the exception of one of the windows, all of them are pretty well curtained, but the one that isn't has bars on it, but they seem to be well rusted.
I'll lean over and shoulder bump Halcyon as he's kind of giving the bottom floor his look over. Mon ami, what do you think about those? Second floor, 2 rooms of light, rusted over.
Oh no, this is on
might
the
be
first floor.
pliable. Oh, is it on the first floor?
Yeah.
2 rooms of light on the first floor, rusted over, might be pliable. What do you think?
Yes. I think a construct could do with some disabling.
Ah, okay. Well, give me a moment. Do you mind, Lenore, if you might take a wing, and Lenore will kind of putter off and circle around to the rooftop.
Yep.
I will kind of step around here. Kind of, how busy is the street that we're on?
Not particularly busy. It's a street or
Okay.
2 back from a main road.
Okay.
It's mostly housing around here. Not great housing, but...
Okay, I'm gonna take a moment when like I feel like I'm unobserved, or if I need to slip into an alleyway, and I'm gonna turn into just an absolute bohemian, just like
Yep.
quite down on my luck, probably with a little bit of alcohol down the front. I'm using project persona to change my outfit.
Yep.
So just like totally down on my luck, probably quite drunk and tipsy, probably a little bit of maybe some vomit on my shoes or like just run down clothes and stuff like that. And then I'm going to sidle up to the window, kind of impersonating some kind of drunk layabout, and get a closer look into the window. And I can use performance to impersonate, so I'm hoping for a 30. 26. Still a success, but not as great. All right. Where's the window?
I'll see whether I can actually remove it. Nope, can't remove it.
All right, just ping it for me.
Pinged right there. You're right next to it.
Right here?
Here.
Ah, got it. Okay.
Yep.
I'm just gonna move my character half inside the wall. Okay, just looks like a little kind of sitting room. Nobody in there.
A kitchen.
Kitchen. There you go.
Not really
Cool.
well appointed, kind of rough and ready.
Okay. Well, I'll kind of slouch back over to Halcyon. Drop the whole person, unless like there's people. I don't know. I think I'll keep the act up and look like I'm accosting him, kind of. But I'll kind of, under my breath. There's no one in there. If you wanted to jump in, I don't know if you have a way to pry the bars quietly or get yourself in quietly. But at the very least, there's no one inside immediately.
I believe the front entrance might be best for this one. See if we
yes.
can diplomatically make our way in.
You're not much of a backdoor kind of guy. That's the message I'm getting.
God.
Well,
Thank you, Matt. You fucking child.
I believe in this instance, we kind of want to get in first, all of us.
Ah, yes, quite all right.
As much as coming to blows tends to work out for us, I think in this instance we may find ourselves in a better situation if we utilize the Copperhand to our advantage.
Wonderful. I have a bit of an idea about how to get us all inside, son.
All
All right, let's circle back around to the front.
All right. I'll move you.
All right.
A question I do
Go
have
ahead.
to ask: are you in
Yep.
uniform? Or are you in civvies?
I'm in civvies.
Yep.
Well, actually, I'm derelict right now.
What's a uniform?
I mean, true.
I'm in my uniform, but it's very subtle.
Yeah.
Quintus is probably the most important person, and that's why I asked if we were like going in with badges or going in without. So I'm sure that question was answered before we left the station,
It was, yes.
and I would have taken the relevant.
I think we said we were going in quiet on this one.
Yes, you did. So
Yes,
you would have
true.
something to cover up your breastplate.
All right.
I'd like to think it's a cloak that has an
All right. I'm going to do
an
something.
equally bright Edgewatch symbol on the front of it.
I'm going to do something wacky.
Uh-oh.
Everyone get into an alleyway together.
Yep.
I'm going to continue looking like a layabout.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to stand away from everybody else. As everybody else is grouped up, I'm going to let Lenore hop onto Quintus's shoulder.
Okay.
Is anyone willing to carry Chorus? Or should we just
Sure.
leave
Nope.
him behind? You don't mind? You don't mind, Halcyon? Okay, cool.
Oh,
Halcyon,
okay.
Chorus is going to kind of proffer him, and he kind of totters over onto your shoulder. Just quite placidly sits down, still looking around at everything. Then, I'm going to cast Invisibility Sphere from Lenore,
Yep.
using Familiar Conduit.
Yeah,
So
I
I'm
feel
visible.
that. Yeah.
Nice.
Everybody else is invisible.
Mhm.
And then I'm getting ready to go through the front door. Obviously, let's have a conversation about this before I actually do it,
Yep.
because I should be a total dumbass. But is everybody okay with this? This should get us all in the door, as long as I'll put on a big performance of kind of knocking through the door and kind of like stumbling inside, hopefully giving everybody else time enough to move around me. Are we down for this to get us inside?
Oh,
Sounds like a
absolutely.
plan.
Or do
Great
you just
plan.
want to?
I like this plan.
All right. Well, I cast Invisibility Sphere through Lenore, so you guys bubble, and I am visible, and I am going to kind of pull myself together, check out my clothes, make sure they're dirty. Maybe I'll daub a little bit of dirt onto the bottom of my trousers, and
Yep.
then stumble through the front door. Do you want a performance check?
No, your one familiar should be fine.
Okay. I'll stumble through the front door and kind of make a nuisance of myself as the door kind of swings around behind me, and hopefully everybody else can kind of get in as I do.
Well, the bored-looking innkeeper off to the side, the gentleman over here, he kind of gestures for you to be quiet. It's just like, we have workers sleeping here.
Apologies.
It's a copper piece an hour.
Yep. Hang on.
Wait, I think I have one silver piece.
I mean, you could give him the silver piece if you like.
I don't know that I do, though.
Well,
I-
while you figure
hang
that
on.
out, what you're seeing is what looks mostly like a flop house, but instead of mattresses on the ground, what's been arranged is an arrangement of rope and peg kind of situation, or
Mhm.
posts, I should say, to be about waist height. And there's various people kind of just draped over them and snoozing.
Or like hammocks everywhere.
No. It's known as sleeping on the line. They're kind of literally just draped over like clotheslines.
I think I
Okay.
remember something like this.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
it's an old thing that's not really
Yeah.
done anymore.
Well,
Okay.
not yet.
But
Um,
it was a means for workers to sleep. Pretty
Okay.
rough, but enough.
All right. Well, I'm gonna flip him my silver piece,
Yep.
and then as I flip it to him, I'll kind of like mini startle and realize it's a silver, but I'll just like wave it off tiredly, and then I will kind of wander over here, or I guess over here, and then just
Yep.
kind of settle in.
Well, what's everyone else doing?
I'm going to tap the others silently and point to this person
Yep.
and indicate that that is where we should move to.
Give me a perception check.
Do we see the rusty pipe anywhere?
That's why you're doing the perception check.
17.
Sure. 32.
Holy cow.
Natural
Yeah, no,
20.
you'll see it.
Nice.
All the rusty pipes.
Sort of like a living
None of the
Ouija
rusty
board.
pipes.
We all move in a clump.
Yeah, no, it's not terrifying at all. Just shuffling through the room. Most people are a little bit too out of it to really pay any attention to it. Halcyon. Natural 20. Wow, okay. So, the girl off to the side there that's already been indicated by Marta. Definitely a plant. She's pretending to be kind of snoozing, resting up against the rope, but she's absolutely just kind of half-lidding it. Likewise, she's beside what looks like a metal pipe that's running up and into the roof.
Leaning against it?
Next to it, not against it. So she could pretty easily just kind of throw out an elbow to knock it.
Ah, thought you'd have to move to it.
With that natural 20, I can also let you know that this is kind of used by some people as a rudimentary alarm system. So the noise would probably echo upwards.
Yeah. If I wanted to sort of disable it per se,
Yep.
how would I be able to do so?
Ooh. I mean, give me a thievery check. It's possible to disable it, but...
That's a 34!
Yeah, another
laughed.
natural 20. So, two
You laughed
natural
loud
20s
enough
in the
you heard
lounge.
it.
Yeah.
That laugh was so powerful you heard it through 2 different mics.
Wow. Okay.
I am omniscient.
You're pretty sure. Look, sound carries, but if you can brace something up against it, or fill the inside of it with something, say, with your natural 20, a tanglefoot bag, if that were to be applied to the pipe, it would probably dull or muffle any noise that someone tries to make against it.
Got it.
So, if you want, and with a stealth check, you can go over and disable it.
Okay. That's going to be
You'd have
such
to
a
lose
hard
the
finagle.
invisibility, right?
It's not an aggressive action.
I guess you'd have to finagle it around.
Yeah.
She's not leaning against it, it's next to her. So she could
Okay.
probably swing out an elbow to hit it, but
Here or on the other side?
other side.
Ooh.
Keeping in mind, it's 10 feet, so it's not as small as it looks.
You mean the invisibility sphere or the pipe?
I mean the distance between the two people.
Oh, okay.
All right. How big's the distance for the invisibility sphere? It's only 10 feet, isn't it?
10 feet bust.
Right. I sort of motion to everyone else.
We're gonna shuffle over. It's fine.
Yep. We're gonna do a shuffle here.
Ooh.
Hopefully Rose moves out the way.
Like I
But-
said,
wait.
Rose isn't in the way. These people aren't really in the way. They're not
Oh,
taking
okay.
up the entire space. Yeah, that's not weird at all.
We're gonna do the Lenore shuffle.
You're just kind of stepping around snoozing bodies here, aren't you?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Like, the dockhands are representative of the people that are there.
Yeah. There's probably a good dozen people just kind of lay about it, yeah?
Yeah. I'll send a
Can't
picture
move
to
any
the
further
group.
without
but-
Lenore.
Say again, Sam?
I can't move any further without Lenore. 10 feet. There we go.
Just move on
Right.
top of people, it's fine.
Pipe.
Yep.
Do you
Well,
want a thievery check to
I'm
disarm it?
not gonna make you roll that again.
Okay, sweet. I shall use one of my moderate tanglefoot bags.
And you have effectively disabled it. Any noise she tries to make against it won't work, or it won't reverberate up the pipe.
Awesome.
Cool.
So, what's the plan from here?
I'm gonna hold an action. If I hear like any like loud scuffling noises or anything like that, I'm gonna like put on a hacking fit, and then apologize.
Fair enough.
Essentially, if I hear someone fail a stealth roll, I'm gonna try and make a performance check in opposition to it, or something along those lines.
Well, speaking of,
God, it's
I
so
will
hard to
need
keep
a
stacked on each other.
I will need a stealth check from people.
Sure can.
See, I knew you wouldn't get 3 20s in a row.
Do you want to tempt fate here, Matt? Or re-roll it if you really want me to tempt fate.
No, with you've had more successes than fails, especially with the invisibility going on. You're fine.
Did people want to follow the expert here as well?
You've already rolled.
It's essentially what you're doing.
I guess so.
So you're fine. No one seems to pay any attention to the ghosts moving through the bottom floor of the tenement.
I mean, it happens, right? We're in a fantasy world.
Well, also, most people in here are kind of sleepy or sleeping. So it's just a case of people kind of moving around.
How to indicate to Rose that we're going up?
I don't know how you gotta indicate it.
As I go past him, I will just gently draw an up arrow on his head with my finger.
I probably startle a decent bit, and then I just kind of like flex my fingers, crack my knuckles, and like put them behind my head, and just like give it like a subtle nod.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So, heading up?
Yep.
Maybe. Don't know if we necessarily know this is up. We're heading this way.
There is a staircase leading up at the far end of the corridor.
Oh, thank
That's where
God.
we're going.
Kitchen there. Right. Up we go.
Alright, I'll move all of you to the... where you have to be. Rose.
I'm gonna stick around downstairs for just a little bit longer. Did that transmit? Sorry, I'm gonna stick around downstairs for just a little bit longer.
No, I'm just shifting people
Okay.
around.
Okay.
That's a big corridor.
Is that better?
That's a not so big corridor.
You're all kind of crowding up the space, but...
Right.
as you go up the stairs, there's a pair of, what you would assume to be gang members. Kind of just sitting there, reading a newspaper of some sort. Did you hear about the Dreamy Palace? Yeah, no, I read that in the newspaper earlier. Terrible business. My God, who runs a place like that? Yeah, no, it's terrible. But, I mean, it looks like the Edgewatch handled it. Oh God, I hope they don't come knocking around here.
Best NPC background chatter ever.
That is so on point for like NPC chatter these days, though.
Mhm.
They're always talking about your shit while you're there, man.
Yeah.
Like they're taunting you.
It's like
Question.
I played, it's like I played a video game
I'm the
or
main character
once.
of my story. I'm the main character of their story.
Yeah.
Are they like leaning against the walls and stuff here?
They've kind of got a table set up between them. You definitely get the feeling this is a guard post of some sort.
Okay, but we'd be able to edge around the outside.
Oh, yeah, you're still invisible at this point.
Okay.
And they're
So-
not really paying a lot of attention. Like,
Edge-
one of them will look over to the stairs every now and again, and that's about it.
I shall start edging around the outside to get to the door here.
Edging what?
Edging around?
Yeah, around the outside.
All right.
Around the outside, right?
Around the outside.
God.
Oh my god. All of you are children.
Give me a stealth check.
Yeah. I'll reroll
Is that
that.
everyone or?
No, just
Shit.
33.
Oh, thank God.
that's much better. All right. Yes, you can sidle around.
Oh, what's Tenebrae doing in here already?
He's got independence.
Tenebrae had a clipping issue.
Doing whatever the fuck he wants.
He's a shadow cat. So, moving towards the door?
Yes.
Hmm.
What's the plan?
How far does this? Oh yeah, no, doors don't open by themselves, do they?
No.
No, I don't.
How long does invisibility last?
Rose?
You got like 10 minutes.
Oh Jesus.
So you have about 5 minutes left by this point.
Hmm.
After stealthily sidling along an alarm.
Now that I see the corridor further down the way, am I able to get around them and start heading down that way?
Yeah.
Good.
Can't go too far.
Yeah, I'm going to. Do you want me to make a sneak roll to see if I can dart out of sight before the invisibility wears off,
Oh.
so that I can remain undetected?
Good call.
Yes, I will need a new stealth check for that.
Okay, I'm gonna run a sneak here. That's a 31.
Nice. Yes, you can get out of sight.
All right.
They
1,
don't seem to
2,
respond.
3. All right. I had another wall here.
Yep.
Step into here. I'm gonna leave. I'm essentially just leaving Marta and Quintus to figure out the rest of their plan.
What
This
is
is
that
fine?
for?
This is fine.
This is fine.
This is
Oh.
fine.
Nice.
Where did Halcyon go? This is fine. He does this.
Quintus.
Um,
Quintus.
We have a couple doors here.
Quintus. I've got a terrible idea, but it might work.
Oh god.
I think I need a snake.
This door here. Check this door. Is it locked?
It is in fact locked.
It is in fact locked. I shall check it for trap arrows.
Hey, Lenore,
And it is not.
Yes,
Trapped.
dearie, what is it?
can you drop the invisibility?
Yes, whenever you want me to. Why?
Okay, Quintus, get behind me.
Okay.
No traps.
No traps. All right. I shall
Just
whip out
locked.
my tools and unlock the door.
Alright. Give me a thievery check and then we'll go back to Quintus and the rest of them.
16.
Mm,
Oh, plus 1. 17.
17? Not enough. Alright. Quintus, Marta, Lenore.
Okay, Lenore, drop the invisibility.
Are you sure, dearie?
God, no, but it's the best we got so far.
All right. Do Lenore and I have any way to communicate?
You have an empathic link.
We have an empathic link.
Unless
Right.
you've picked up the specific telepathy thing.
Lenore's gonna send me like a jolt of pure fear down
Mhm.
the empathic link.
Yep.
And in my sleep, I start humming the Ode to the Fallen Soldier,
Aw.
which is like the spooky World War One
Yeah.
funeral tune. Downstairs, everyone downstairs is frightened one,
God. Yep.
and the invisibility drops. In fact, Lenore starts humming it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the invisibility drops. As this kind of weird kind of wins its way through the building. All right, the invisibility drops.
Okay,
Matter?
when the invisibility drops, I make a show of like stamping my feet to go up the stairs, talking behind me. I can't believe that they went through with that and got caught. Oh, this is terrible. This is terrible news. Walk around the corner. What are you two still doing here? We need to leave now.
Deception.
Oh yeah, 1 second. There we go.
Ooh. They kind of both look at you and go, "Who the fuck are you?"
Oh god. What was her name again? Firetea brought me on with the bank job. It's all gone tits. We need to leave. Edgewatch is here. They've already taken Colo and all those.
And the rest of them.
That one big guy just sliced the widget in half.
One of them, this one, kind of gestures for his friend to kind of get up and moving. So, what are you doing?
If it does help,
Yep.
though they can't explain why, they are frightened right now.
Yeah, no, they're a little bit uneasy. You can see it in their
Alright.
eyes.
They better have gone to tell the others.
Yeah, that's what I told them to do.
Good, get moving.
Uh,
I said now.
Intimidation.
He already rolled it. You can hear him do it. Oh, baby!
Nice. Very nice.
He moves his way down the stairs. Halcyon. I'll get that thievery check from you. Well, that second thievery check from you.
Sure. Pop open this door.
You are hearing footsteps approaching, though.
29.
There we go. It's not a difficult lock. It's just kind of the situation had you a little bit off kilter. Taking a deep breath, you go at it again, and you manage to click it open.
Neat. Right. I shall quickly pop in before people come around the corner.
Oh, why's that?
I don't want to get caught.
Natural instincts
Weak.
just kicking in.
You kind of tumble through, and you startle a man who seems to be working at some sort of work table.
Uh-huh.
Goes, hello? And
Oh,
you,
you must be the nerd, as they say. And I pull out his dig widget head.
it's like, that's mean, but I mean,
That's not my
oh,
words,
that's
that
my
was
dig
theirs.
widget.
Yes, it was quite effective. I must say, I am quite a fan of your work. I may appropriate its use in my future endeavors.
Oh well, thank you. I mean, I do appreciate it. So, who are you? I don't recognize you.
Me, I am Halcyon. I am a private security consultant.
Oh.
Do do you want a persuasion or a deception check here? Because
I mean-
it's not exactly far from the truth.
It's not.
Deception to impersonate?
I mean, he's not really telling a lie either. Diplomacy?
Diplomacy.
Diplomancy?
25.
Ooh,
Nice.
not bad.
Good rolls today.
So, do you work for the Copperhand?
I've recently been acquired due to some failing circumstances. Sadly, your
That's-
dig widget did get torn asunder.
That's a deception check.
That is a
You-
deception check.
That's
Give
Yeah.
yourself the.
a 12.
Oh, see, you should have
Oh,
stuck with
Bad
the
time to
truth.
fail.
Oh,
He's just kind of, his eyes narrow a little bit and goes,
right.
hmm. You know I don't like the Copperhand, right?
Yes, but I kind of wanted to feel like cool because I was in a guild and all that. Working on your own tends to not have many friendships. It's quite lonely, as they say.
Oh. Well, I must admit, I don't get much company here either.
That's all right. I don't think many people will be hanging around for very long. Tends to happen when the skin so-called doesn't like what's happened.
His face kind of grimaces a little bit. Mater, what are you doing? Well, Mater and Quintus, what are you doing? As you're slowly
So
moving
I was
around the corridors.
I'm
Basically,
following
just
Marta.
I was following that one person.
Yeah, they go into a room with a bunch of other members of the gang. And they're just like, apparently it's time. The bank job went up.
We're all fucked. Everyone needs to go to ground immediately.
Deception check. Ooh. I have to check something just quickly.
Uh-oh.
Do I hear Marta outside doing it?
She's not being quiet.
No, yeah, you'd hear her. Because she's not being quiet. God, that dirge just saved you.
Hooray.
They're like, oh, so we're leaving now. Or did we get the payout? The gang member you were talking to earlier just kind of gestures to you and goes, I don't know, did we get the payout?
No. It's all gone wrong. Edgewatch is probably on their way here after they've interrogated several members.
Edgewatch, but we did it in the coins.
Edgewatch is that new place that does the festival, and apparently the bank job counted as part of the festival. It's
Oh,
weird,
you missed
right?
You missed a trick there. You should have leaned in and said, "They have no jurisdiction."
God, they do. They absolutely do. But
Listen, if this was the token god, I wouldn't be here being panicky.
they kind of just nod. They seem to have been in the middle of a poker game. And they just kind of put the cards down and they're like, okay, fuck. They start getting their kits together. And yeah, no, they start making their way out.
Okay, is anyone else left here? Do I have to go yell at more people?
I mean, someone's gonna have to tell the boss.
Okay, you guys get going, I'll go tell the boss.
They just kind of come around the corner and see Quintus and they're like, hey, who's the big guy?
I will like flusteredly look at them and I'm like, the bank job's a flop house. It's all gone. Twisted pirate ship. Ah, get out.
That's the muscle. He's not known for his brains, obviously.
I'll get a deception check from you, Quintus.
Sure.
Can I assist?
23. 24, maybe.
You can give
I'd
it
say
assist.
24 for some of these here.
No, that dirge is helping out a lot.
Yay!
There we go.
Alright, with
Nice.
dirge,
Very
that
nice.
will put you over.
Everyone now believes Quintus is strong and stupid.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I don't.
I don't know if I had to roll deception.
Just kind of to blend in more than anything else.
Yeah.
All right.
Rose, what are you doing?
I'm kind of just watching the bottom floor. What is Rose doing? Not much. What is Ian doing? Ian's waiting for someone to cast Fireball or like something centered.
Yeah,
right
something
fucking here.
horrific to happen.
Yeah, I'm waiting for something to be cast centered on like one of these two squares. So Lenore is just kind of. Lenore is actually gonna hide.
That's fair.
Just kind of stick around out of sight.
Well,
Stealth.
Rose. Lenore stealths.
Yay.
As you're kind of snoozing, you see someone kind of come around the corner.
Okay, I have to get back my character, but yeah, all right.
And starts, whispering something to the girl.
Oh, can I lean an ear that way?
Deception.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
28.
Apparently the bank job's gone up. Edgewatch is on the way. We're getting out now. She kind of nods a little and she kind of wakes herself up a bit more.
Do they look like they're getting ready to move?
Yeah, no, they're getting ready to
Okay.
move very quickly. She's
I'm
picking up a
gonna-
bag that's been resting in
I'm
between her
gonna
feet.
I'm gonna roll over, look like quite grumpily, wave my hand, making it quite obvious that I'm using magic, and then go, for bloody sake, this is a place for sleeping.
Alrighty.
I am still whistling, so the DC is 22. Hang on, let me check. DC is 23.
Well, that's a fail from one of them. What's the DC?
23.
23. They both fail as they
Wonderful.
both fall asleep.
Right. If I'm gonna look over to the kind of man behind the counter,
Yeah.
and if he's reacted anyway, I'm just gonna kind of roll my eyes, give him the "what can you do" face, and then just kind of roll over. That's all I do. That's it. I'm good.
Well, they both fall asleep,
Hmm.
so they're gonna be good for now. The rest of them are starting to make their way downstairs. Elias.
No idea what.
Me, my turn.
Well, you're kind of talking to an engineer by the looks of it.
Yes. Right. By the sounds of all the shuffling going on outside, I believe they're clearing out.
Okay.
I'd say wait about 10 minutes of time, and you should be clear to make your exit of this place. As you can see, I've unlocked the door. I doubt anyone will harass you on the way out. If you'd like, could you please swing by the Edgewatch station on your way out? I'm sure.
Way out?
Yes, just so we can ask some questions, particularly about the skin sores. We prefer not to have
Okay.
continuing their operations. And as you've had some dealings with, or may have had some overheard conversations about their involvement here, we very much appreciate your assistance with their apprehension.
Oh, all right. Well, I'll wait here and I'll take off when everything's quiet.
If you see a large man with a large stick and a bird on his shoulder, just do what he says. He'll help you out.
Okay.
Oh, and this Vault Breaker ooze, roughly how large is this? And
Oh,
is it going to be an issue for us?
I have it contained. It's fine. Oh, how'd you know about that?
Yes, tends to happen when people fail their heists. And I open the door and leave the room, and I do not lock the door. Leaving him with his dig widget head.
Really? You left him with that?
Yeah, no, he immediately goes to examining it.
Yeah, you sure you don't want to take his dignity with him? Or you're just gonna like?
No, I'm going to come back for that dig widget head if it's still there.
Okay.
He looked very nervous with the whole entire situation. You get the feeling he's not really assertive would be the best way to put it.
I said dignity, but you can take dig widget.
I mean,
All right.
either or.
What's happening?
Yeah, Mara, are you going to continue to go up?
Yeah. Is
Alright.
that this way?
Do I exit into Quintus's face?
You do exit into Quintus, who was kind of just making sure everyone was leaving.
Is there anyone in that room, Halcyon?
Ah, yes, there was the engineer in there. I asked him to lay low, and as we make our exit, we'll come by, grab him, and bring him for questions.
The engineer.
Yes, the one that made the dig widget that you exploded.
Exploding
You
quite
remember-
handily.
You remember, dearie, the one that looked like a dog, yes?
Oh, robot drill face dog.
Yes, robot drill-face dog, exactly, Quintus. Exactly.
Accurate.
Well put, well
Can I
put,
bet-
Yagan.
Can I pet that dog? Alright. Right, yes,
Perhaps we might follow the good detective up the stairs.
should we take that person with us?
I don't think he's much of the assertive type. I think he'll prefer to make his safest way out, which will likely be after we've cleared the rest of this place out.
Now, it's not really my thing to tell people how to do their job, but aren't you both cops? Policemen, as it were?
Well, I am.
No, that's just Quintus.
Isn't it your job to arrest people who are doing, like, illegal things? You know? Just saying.
We should have arrested ourselves in this scenario.
Not throwing any shade or anything, just,
You know-
you might slap some cuffs on him, or something.
Perhaps I'll manacle the engineer.
That sounds like a wonderful idea, Quintus.
You
Ask him
do,
if he has any
Quintus.
expertise on lockboxes, please.
Okay, Mara,
Hey.
we will probably end with you.
Okay. That's not terrifying.
Mwahaha. Alright. Bottom left-hand corner.
I don't see
God,
anything.
I'm gonna have to...
Okay. They're weirdly spaced out.
Well, no, Tenebrae's always kind of a little bit ahead. Walking into the room, the dummy off to the side here appears to be a very rough mannequin of some sort, with various pieces of fake jewelry and bells.
Okay. I don't touch it.
Otherwise, you have a door to the left and a door to the right.
I mean, door to the right.
That works too. You come out into a hallway. Appears to be some sort of communal eating area.
Okay.
You kind of have your choice of doors. There's a pair of big double ones off to the side here, though.
That feels boss encountery. Uh-oh.
Open the doors.
Yes, swing them open wide.
Opening the door, you see two very large tiger people kind of sitting around a table, and they both kind of just turn to look at you and start snarling, their claws getting to the ready. And with that,
Wait, no. I want to leave this one with mine. Hi there. I now run this place.
Oh.
and with
Oh,
that,
Oh, very
reroll.
good.
That's better.
Okay, the 28. Okay, with that, we will leave her for the evening because we've got a little bit over time, but that's fine. You're staring down two very large tiger-looking people. What could possibly go wrong?
Their hands could be facing backwards.
Yeah, please don't have their hands facing backwards.
Ah. But
Shout out to like CPU,
I was about to
TTV,
say.
and Bilbo Baggins 445 for like all the raids.
Yeah, no, thank you for the raid, guys. I do appreciate it. The game has been going well. Our people have mostly...
Much obliged, dearies.
No, the game has been going without really much of much blows being thrown at all. It's been really good. But I will just sign up from the stream and I'll be back with you guys in a second.
Have a good evening.
Okay, everyone. Well, they seem to be doing really well with invading the Copperhand's guild hall, I guess would be the best way to put it. Their hideout, and doing so without much in the way of combat. I might have to throw in some extra things for them. We shall see. But more importantly, with our dear Detective Maxwell staring down what could be quite a combat, this could actually get very interesting very quickly. Now, thank you for everyone for showing up and for watching. This has, of course, been Agents of Edgewatch for Pathfinder Edition 2. We'll be back the same time next week, 7:30 Australian Eastern Daylight Time. Other than that, check out the socials. We might see if we can raid someone, but I might do that otherwise.
User in your channel.
Thank you for the raid. Even yesterday, GPU TTV and Bilbo Baggins. Always a pleasure to see people showing up. Otherwise, I will see everyone next week. Always, my name is Matthew. This has been Tabletop Obscura, and remember, storytellers.